Hello everybody, how's it going? And welcome to the Kill Connor Club podcast. We're live on the main channel, and Tyler's here.
Jesus fucking Christ, we're back.
We're back. We are back. And
Well,
it's
I
great.
can't believe after all this, because we were sitting down to record as normal, because we're like, oh yeah, we'll put this out this week. You check your channel, strikes gone. We're like, 20 minutes, we can stream if you want. Okay.
It was the most random, like, we're just gonna stream. And I'm happy a lot of you are here, but it was so random. So anyone watching this video, I apologize. We will be way more prepared next time. But yeah.
We're back. It's 2016. We've got it on iTunes. For those who don't know, Kill Connor Club is on iTunes now. It's in the link in the description, whether it's on my channel or James's channel, because I think I'm posting the first 15 minutes on my channel just for self-advertising, because we can.
Yep.
But I'm so happy that we're back. We've got the new drawings from Harlan of us. I think it looks fucking amazing. Like, I loved the first one. I love this one way more. And seeing this on there now, I'm like, oh my God, it looks amazing. It looks so
great.
professional. And now we're on SoundCloud and on iTunes, and it's amazing.
Yeah, I just want
It's gonna be-
everyone to let us know what the audio is like and what the quality is like, because I'm just worried everything's going to go to shit. But just let us know how everything's going and if it sounds alright. And if it's like lagging the fuck out or whatever. Because I'm just expecting my internet to have a seizure. Like,
That's
it
not
likes
right.
to do that. But just gotta hope for the best. Doing a speed test to check and everything looks okay. So should be good. I really hope no one in my house decides to start downloading while I'm streaming. But okay. I mean, you sound slightly on the ropey side.
On the ropey side, what does
Yeah,
that mean?
it's kind of like it just kind of like sounds like there's a connection problem between me and you. I don't know.
Well, we'll figure it out.
It's bound to fucking happen. Yeah, my internet's not doing too bad. It looks okay. But yeah, thanks for it on there, guys. It's great. I can listen to it now wherever I want to listen to it instead of at home. You're welcome, bro.
I agree.
You're welcome, bro.
It's great. I think it's the best place to put it for whether if you want to watch it live, obviously on YouTube if you can. But
Yeah.
iTunes, to me, is the easiest place. I listen to all my podcasts on iTunes.
Yeah.
And most of my friends do. So now I'm actually like, hey guys, I have a podcast. Here it is, and just like pushing it on them. I'm a pusher.
It's
That's what I
good.
do.
It is good. It's got this. See, the only thing with the stream, right? It's annoying me because everyone else is saying it's fine, but for me, you sound really weird. And it's also OBS is telling me that we're like dropping a fuck ton of frames. So I don't know. Everyone else is saying it's okay, so I'm not sure. But it's scary.
Well, is it because you're streaming a podcast in 1080p?
Possibly. I don't know why I decided to stream in 1080p. I don't know what's fucking
That's-
wrong with me.
Yeah, I don't know.
Should've
Either.
stopped
But yeah, well, no one said anything. So
Oh,
if
you
there
sound
is an
fine
issue,
now.
yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll
Alright.
figure it out.
Sure, everything will work out
Uh,
fine.
Yeah, and I mean, even if it's not live, I'm recording too, and that's probably what will go on iTunes anyway for the best quality.
So that'll be good.
best
I
quality
wanna
banter.
ask, even though we're live right now, I just wanna ask anyway. With the podcasts on iTunes, would it be a good idea to, if we record a podcast and it's pre-recorded, to put it out on iTunes first?
Yes.
So that
Yep.
then we can be like, the podcast will be out on iTunes first, so then we drive the traffic to the iTunes.
Kill Connor Club business meeting is live.
Oh, we love doing
Yeah.
these things. Remember the podcast we did with Joe, where it was basically us designing T-shirts in a Skype call for a couple of hours.
That's the best. That was hilarious.
Oh, it's fantastic. Why does Tyler sound like he's using a Bluetooth microphone? I don't know. It should be alright now. Everything's kind of even itself out, I reckon. But I wanna bring something up just before we get started into everything that we had planned. I wanna bring something up because I read this last night. It was a comment that I got, and it really annoyed me. And I didn't put it on Twitter because I wanted to bring it up in the podcast. But I'm gonna read the whole thing. It's kind of long, but I'm gonna read the whole thing.
Where did it come from?
It was on my video, the what is the best Assassin's Creed game. So it was like me basically ranking the Assassin's Creed games from worst to best. This was before
Yep.
Syndicate came out, so Unity was the newest game. So I'll tell you which game is which when I read his points, because basically what he did was he numbered like 8 to 1 and put points about each of what I said and kind of like put his own opinion. But it gets really weird, and he's kind of talking about things that I haven't said. So for a start, he put number 8, which is Unity. He said, I've yet to play this one, but I'm very interested. I enjoyed researching the French Revolution and love the idea of being in France. No matter what anyone says, I will determine good or bad for myself. Those who usually say, keep your money, it's not worth it, that's your opinion, it has no merit for me. Which isn't that bad of a comment. That was pretty okay. Number 7 was Assassin's Creed 3. He said, I thoroughly enjoyed this game. The landscapes going into the past before the Declaration of Independence was written. I loved it. The fighting for me was a little easier to follow, and I love that we get to see what happens through the eyes of the Native Americans. That was pretty okay. But this is where it starts to go a little bit downhill.
Okay.
So number 6 was AC4. He said, this by the way, also, this list is fucked up, so I'm going to have to
Yeah,
remake
well, I
this
know
video.
the fact that you put Rogue at
fucking
3, as Ace has just pointed out,
Fucking
is
above Brotherhood and
embarrassing.
everything. But anyways,
Quite frank, yeah. Okay.
so for AC4, he said, I love this game. I love seeing the pirates and didn't enjoy the ship missions and didn't like the eavesdropping parts, but I did enjoy the fighting. The story for me was wonderful. It was a brand new take on the assassins and a new challenge, but I didn't expect the sage, in like quotation marks, would be Black Bart. Dude, that was the whole idea of a new Assassin's Creed game. A new take, a new idea, and not the same old recycled shit over and over again. I just want to point out that the point that I made was the fact that it didn't focus that heavily on the assassins, which is why it's not as higher in the list, because it was like, what's the best Assassin's Creed game? So I was like, it's an amazing pirate game, but for an Assassin's Creed game, that's the only reason why it's not higher in the list.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I think my
Sure.
point was fair enough. Anyways, number 5 was Assassin's Creed 1. Again, I don't know why that's at number 5 and Rogue is above it, but
Yeah,
whatever, I'm gonna ignore that. I'm gonna definitely do this again with Syndicate included, but I have to agree here. I expected much more with Altair's story, and it didn't come to light. The whole eavesdropping parts from a bench and having to get close enough for someone not to notice you is weird and insane, but it was the first of its kind and a whole new original story. It started with Altair, and it should be higher because of that point. He's literally telling me it should be higher because it was the first game that came out.
Yeah, it makes it's an ironclad argument. I don't see any flaws there. Yep. Keep going. Keep
Then
going.
he said, now, unless you do your research on the Templars, you'll know that in this timeline, the Knights Templars were real. They really did exist and wore those colours. But this proves the old saying, absolute power corrupts absolutely. I'm really confused there. Did he, like, try and... because I don't remember saying in it, Templars aren't real and they didn't actually wear these colours. I don't,
Look, man, sounds pretty ironclad. I just
he's, fighting against something that I didn't say, and I'm really
look.
fucking
If
confused.
he said you said it, you said it. Okay, so just maybe keep reading. Yeah.
Okay,
To me,
number
I'm with
4.
him all the way. I'm with him.
Number 4, which was Brotherhood for some reason. Now this one, I would put much higher on the list. This was incredible, and not just because I love Rome, also because I love the story, the fact that Claudia wasn't as helpless as everyone thought, and the return of Leonardo da Vinci. Now this is the bit that gets me. If you don't know the name, and you think it's only popular because of the game, get a history lesson, especially in the Renaissance era.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
What was that point?
I feel like, I mean, that point would have made sense if in the video I said Leonardo da Vinci wasn't a good character and I don't know why Ubisoft created him. That would have made sense, because obviously I would have been talking like a fucking idiot, and he would be like, yeah, Leonardo da Vinci was real, get a history lesson. But he literally, it doesn't make sense. Like, I didn't say anything about Leonardo da Vinci not being real, or what?
Well, I do agree with him though, because it should have been higher on the list. What
It
the
should have been
fuck's wrong
higher in
with
the
you?
list. For sure, should have been higher in the list. Number 4, behind Rogue. So anyways, Rogue
Make me
was,
physically ill.
I have not played Rogue, though I soon will, but I do not like how you whine about the Assassins versus Templar storyline. Did it ever occur to you that the fans are pretty tired of that recycled old storyline and people want to see something different? Of course not, you're still hung up about the same old thing that gets boring after the franchise dies, after the same recycled idea. Perhaps something to think about next time you whine about the old storyline. Now, I just want to say that he's basically telling me that the games shouldn't revolve around Assassins and Templars anymore. Because what I was saying is, the parts in this game that I like is the fact that they brought to light the Assassins versus Templar storyline, which they didn't do a huge amount in Assassin's Creed 4, and even, I suppose in Unity they did, but it wasn't heavily about that. It was kind of more about, other stuff, whereas Rogue was kind of like, it kind of really showed you the Assassins versus Templars and focused heavily on that, and he was like, why are you fucking whining about that? The games don't need that. Like, I just feel like it's an Assassin's Creed game, so Assassins versus Templars is the main plot point. Like,
Again, man, I just think you're wrong. I just think he's right. You're wrong. Man, that's about
this
it.
next one is fucked. So 2 was Revelations, and he said, I didn't care for Revelations. To be blunt, I hated it. The story was bland and boring. If I'm going to play an Assassin's Creed game, I better be entertained, and with Revelations, I was not. I thought it fell short of AC2 and Brotherhood, with the 2 games being prior successes. Revelations was dull and boring. Playing with both Altair and Ezio at different times was okay, but overall the story sucked.
Okay, now he's pissed me off. Now he's awoken the dragon.
Oh, God. Oh, this next one. What he said about Assassin's Creed 2 is just fucking weird. He was like, AC2 is long. I do like that I get to jump around Italy and go through Venice and Florence, which is good and awesome, but it's a tad too long for my attention span. And it never gets
It's too much value for money.
And it never gets to the point. In Florence, when Ezio's father and 2 brothers were murdered, spoiler alert, that jumped to the point. But my attention span afterwards was dead and I got bored. My opinion, I can voice my opinion. You don't like it, ignore it.
He's so aggressive. Like,
I
I
know,
love it.
the whole thing was like really hostile.
It's like you guys have been in an argument.
Yeah,
That's
it's
like,
fucking
It's like
weird.
he's been sitting there seething as he's listening. Every point you make, he's like, "Fuck this guy. Fuck this guy. Fucking this piece of shit. Fucking." Do you know
I
what's
know.
funniest for me though? Do you know what's
What?
funniest part for me? This is the most classic James thing ever. We haven't been live more than 15 minutes, and we're already going through people's comments that you
Oh
hate.
yeah, I love it. It's so great. Something else I want to say is like that entire comment is as if I said in the video, "Don't give me your opinions because you're all fucking wrong. Fuck you." And he's just got really angry about it. He's like, "It's my fucking opinion. I'm allowed to say it. Don't tell me I can't." It's like, didn't say that, mate. You can say whatever you want.
I'm with this guy. I like him. I think we could be friends.
Yeah, he's alright. Anyways, thanks to everyone for showing up. We've currently got 34 viewers. That's really, really cool. Be sure to subscribe and like the stream because that'd be cool. Anyways, so do you want to jump into Empire? Do you want to talk about
We
that?
could, but hold your
anything
horses.
else? Anything else you
Hold
wanna
your
say?
horses.
Oh, come on. I'm
We haven't-
eager.
We're gonna catch up, bro. We haven't done a podcast in over a month and a half.
No, we
Not
haven't
like we haven't
the other
talked
day,
to
though.
each other, but
Okay.
but gee, what's happened since Jesus Christ? It's been since
I don't
Luma's
even know.
podcast is the last time we did an actual podcast,
Oh,
which
Jesus,
feels like
yeah. When was the last time we did one
ages.
live? Like, that was a really long time ago. What did I do?
Super
I had a drink. What the fuck did I put it? Carry on. I'll find it in a minute.
okay. Jesus Christ.
I just, like, before we started the stream, I went downstairs to get a drink. I don't have it anymore.
Look, man.
Oh, there it is. I found it. Hang on a minute.
Jesus
I'll be back.
Christ,
I'll be
okay.
back to literally...
Ladies
I-
and gentlemen,
2
welcome to the
seconds.
Kill Connor Club podcast, where we sit around distracted by drinks.
Okay, I've got it. Right.
So since then, since our last
Okay.
podcast, and I'm so excited that everyone's here. I'm so excited it's on your main channel. But you did the 24-hour live stream.
Oh, yes. We did do that. And we were trying to do Brotherhood, 100%. We fucking gave up on that shit. We were just like, nah, fuck this. It always happens, because it's like, you get to a point where it's like, yeah, I just don't want to play this game anymore. Like, no.
But you completed the 24 hours.
We did
almost.
indeed, we did. And we
Thank-
raised, like, what was it, like, I think at this point, it's something like £550, but we also got an extra 100, which was an offline donation from my mum's work. So... that's £650 or something like that. So
That's amazing.
that's
amazing.
super cool.
I was so stoked when you guys, because I mean I was there. It was awesome to watch because I was just kind of like woke up or like I finished work and it started and I was like, oh cool. I stayed up for a bit, woke up. Oh, you guys are still there. Here we are. Talk to friends, and then went to work and you guys are still going. But I kind of was like every time I was on a break at work, I'd jump on my phone and watch the stream go on, and then I
Yeah.
joined just as you guys hit the goal with what 3 hours left,
Yeah.
and you guys almost fucking quit on us.
Yeah, it was
Some-
someone fucking donated like £39 or something. I was like, what the fuck? Where did that come from?
What a hero.
That was great.
What an absolute legend. But you kept it going, and it was that was awesome to watch, man. That was super cool.
Oh, it was good. It was good to do. I mean, at the time, I'm pretty sure it was fucking hell, but looking back on it, it was decent. So that's
Yeah, you would have regretted and stopped.
Yeah, definitely. But at the time, it's kind of like, I'm not gonna regret this. I just need to stop. I need to sleep. But then afterwards, I would have been like, oh, I fucking disappointed myself.
There was so much pain. I was disappointed in one thing though.
Uh-huh.
There was no fucking tree.
Oh, I know. Everyone was disappointed in that. I mean, sometimes you have to make sacrifices, and our sacrifice was the tree. But, you know, I mean, we're going to have, like, if we do another one next year, which I don't know whether it'll happen. I mean, if it happens, I don't know whether Luke's going to be there. I feel like it will definitely happen, but I don't know whether Luke is going to be there or not. Because
He
I don't
what?
know, he's trying to get into drama school. So,
Is that out of
yeah, like,
you
he'll have
live?
to, like, yeah, go live somewhere else and shit. So, don't know. We'll see what happens, but, I'm not sure.
Well, that'll be sad. I think I'll
Indeed.
cry.
Yeah, same. I agree.
It's your best mate, and you're just like, yeah, same, kind of, I
Same,
guess.
Yeah,
Might
I'm
cry.
a little bit. Yeah, so shut up, tear. Yeah, I want to say in the fucking everyone's saying in the chat, it was in the 24-hour stream. All those fucking spoilers though.
That was a battle and a half.
That was ridiculous. That
Though the
guy,
thing
there was
is,
that
just
one
as-
guy that like went to weightlifting school or some shit.
No, he's a professional weightlifter, but well, this is what he goes. I'm a weightlifter. I'm a weightlifter. Like that's your you're a weightlifter as a profession. Like you're not a weightlifter because you go to your local gym and you lift fucking weights. Then I'm a professional weightlifter. Like what is that? Do you do competitions? Are you paid to do it? You can't just say. It's like saying, I'm a stand-up comedian because I do comedy acts in front of my mirror or to my parents or something. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't count just because you do it. You know, are you paid to do it? Do you actually sell tickets? Do you do it professionally? Do you do it at an event? Are you hired? It's just
That was
one of
fucking
those
weird.
things.
He was like, what was the
And-
thing that he said? It was I used to be a professional weightlifter until I dropped a 0 kilogram weight on my knee and fucked it, or something like that. Which me and George still joke about, because that was fucking retarded.
Jesus Christ. It was a classic moment. It was a
Yeah,
classic
definitely.
moment.
Definitely.
There was a
still
lot of
need to edit
highlights
the
in that
highlights,
stream.
and it'll happen at some point.
You haven't
but-
even started, have you?
Nah, I haven't fucking started.
No, I didn't think so.
Nah, it'll happen at some point. But now I can upload longer than 15 minutes. I can get that out. And that'll be great.
true. Yeah, probably still should have planned today. Anyway, well, like, well, but talking about the spoilers and everything with Star, because all Star Wars spoilers, just to let people know now, because we're going to talk Star Wars probably at some point later on in the podcast. It has been a month now. It is, what's the date today? Is today the 17th? Today's 17th.
Yeah.
So it came out on the 17th in Australia and 18th everywhere else, I guess, like
So that's a
in UK
month
and
ago,
stuff.
yeah.
It's a month. If you haven't seen it, we're allowed to talk about it. Spoilers can be talked about in Star Wars at this point. It's the biggest movie of all time. If you haven't seen it, you have gone out of your way not to see it. That doesn't mean everyone else isn't allowed to talk about it at this point, you know. You're the asshole now for not seeing it and making everyone else have to be like, oh, we can't talk about it because this guy hasn't seen it. Nah, well, too bad.
Yeah, we're
We're
just gonna
gonna
lose
talk Star
like
Wars later.
so many viewers. Now I'm pretty sure everyone here's like seen it.
Everyone's who hasn't
Yeah,
seen it.
everyone's got
How
seen it.
much
Like,
money's it made?
yeah, like no one's gonna see it. So
Yeah, that's exactly
Yeah.
it. That's exactly it. I have no sympathy for anyone that gets a spoiler at this point. I'm like, well, you've got. I mean, actually, to be honest, if someone doesn't know what happened, and they really want to know, what a commendable effort to last that long. Like, how have you lasted a month without just seeing memes on Facebook or something? Like,
it's
pretty
ridiculous.
incredible.
It's impossible.
But
But okay.
Well, this year we've got a lot of plans, I guess, for the podcast. We've talked about a lot of stuff, guests, segments, what we're going to do. I think the thing we at least know for now that we can tell everyone is that we're going to try to do it every second Sunday like we were doing at the end of last year
Mhm.
from this point
Definitely.
on.
Yeah, and it should more or less be live a lot of the time because it's way better live. But so if it's not, then it'll be because we have a guest or something. I think like a special guest, like a really special guest. Because if it's just another YouTuber, then I think
Fuck them.
live is normally how we do it. But if like with Victoria, we did it pre-recorded, obviously, because the chat would have been cancerous. And then we had BPR on. I think BPR was live, and then Luma was pre-recorded. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
So-
BPR was pre-recorded as well because
Was
of
he?
scheduling conflicts. I think. Yeah, it was definitely pre-recorded.
Yeah, shit. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, it was. It was Joe we had on when it was
No
live.
feels.
And he was just there like, no, I have no idea what's going on. And then he didn't remember the names of Jacob and Evie. He was like, who's that? Who's that new assassin? Who's that? To be honest. And then
To be honest.
and then we were just like, wait, what do you mean new assassin? He was like, there's Evie, and then we were just like, you talking about fucking Evie and Jacob? And he's
Edward?
like, yeah, that's right. And then I'm just like, I can fucking like Dr. Ordle's so mad. He's like, is that one of your viewers? We're just like, oh god, he hasn't been on for
The
so long.
community is exploding.
He doesn't know what's going on. Also, Ordle's changed his name. He's now Lawkeeper Ordle instead of Dr. Ordle.
Oh, there he is. Do you know
Yeah.
what destroys me? You can change the names, but don't change your avatars, guys.
Oh, that
If you're
fucks
a
me
rig-
up.
That fucks me up more than everything. When I see your avatar, I know you based on your avatar more than I know you from your name.
Yeah, same.
Because I can see your avatar and be like, oh, I know who that is.
Exactly. Like,
So
if I see
when-
Arno pop up in the chat, I fucking know that's Hellcar.
Yeah, or Connor's retarded face. I'm like, Ace.
Yeah,
And then-
exactly.
So seeing Dr. Ordle change that logo, I'm like, God damn it, Ordle, what? That annoys me more than anything. I'm like, I don't know it's you, because you keep changing that.
I
that
know. Even
avatar.
if you left it the same color and the same font and just changed the text, maybe I'd still notice. But you fucking changed everything, and now I'm just like, I don't know. Like when Amir changed his thing, who was he before? Because he was it was just Amir, and then his picture was something else. But
Wasn't it just like an assassin logo or something? I don't know.
I think
Yeah,
so.
I got-
But I'm so used to it being the
It's a
potato
potato.
now, so I'm alright with that now. But you know,
You can't change it back to me. That's just the reality.
yeah. Did you see what happened to Joe the other day?
We could talk about that. So for those who don't know that are new, Joe was our old co-host
He's not anymore.
who doesn't do YouTube anymore. That's
So
why he's not
that's-
in the
yeah.
drawing anymore or anything. Because it kind of got awkward. Everyone's like, why is Joe still in this drawing? He's never on. Well, you know.
Yeah, what's that wolf-looking horse thing on the side? Well, it's a sheep, but I'll give
Oh,
you
it's
that
a
one.
sheep.
Looks
It's
kind
a
of like
sheep.
a wolf.
Yeah, well.
It's, a really
It's there
long
now.
snout,
So,
like a
yeah,
fucking horse. Anyway, what were we saying? Joe was our old co-host.
Yeah. So you want to tell me the story? Because I really don't even understand. what the
Yeah,
fuck
so
happened.
I was on Twitter, and then someone tweeted me, and they were like, "Yo, did you see Joe just uploaded a video?" I was like, "Nah, you're lying to me." I think it was Ace actually, and then I went over to
and
YouTube.
that's because Joe doesn't make YouTube videos.
Yeah,
anymore.
Joe
That's why he
doesn't
do the
make videos.
podcast.
So I was like, oh my fucking god. So I went over to Joe's channel and I saw he uploaded a video and it was like subscribe to Raw PM and I was like, the fuck is this shit? Because the title of it was playing Assassin's Creed Unity co-op, come and play with me. And then the thumbnail was just subscribe to Raw PM. And I was like, the fuck? So I clicked on it and there was no link in the description or anything. It was just like, there was just nothing. And it was just this one, like, white background, and it had text on it and just said, subscribe to Raw PM. And that was it for, like, a couple of seconds. And I was like, Gio, what's going on? So I, like, DM'd him, and he was like, oh, it's probably someone at college fucking with me. So he, like, deleted everything on that, on the channel. He also said he accidentally almost deleted the Q&A request video, which would have been tragic.
How bad? Yeah, tragic.
I
You can't
know.
answer all those questions.
I know, all those desperately needed questions from like 7 years ago. But
Yep.
he like all that shit happened, and then you check his about page. I don't know whether he's changed it back yet, but let me just go and grab it. The gaming sheep is
Super
that
Rebel's
Super Rebel
here?
here? Because I swear I modded him.
Is it the
I'm
real
so
one
confused.
though?
Yeah, it's the real one. It's the real one. I thought he was modded, but I guess not. Set user moderator.
Me-
Cinnabar's here. Jake's here. Okay, howdy, Cinnabar Pirate. Anyways, so yeah, Joe's about page. Let me just check. Oh, here it is. Okay, so it says, "Hello, ladies and My name is the Gaming Fag, and you are reading my channel description. I'm
Jesus
going to
Christ,
start
that's
my channel
aggressive.
description like everyone else starts theirs, which is starting with what I hope to accomplish on YouTube. It's quite basic, to be honest. What I hope to accomplish on YouTube is to build an Assassin's Creed community in which everyone has fun learning and discovering new things, and a comment section that talks to one another and helps each other out. Obviously, my channel is not 100% shit Assassin's Creed content. Sometimes I like to do other things in my time, such as play with men. As long as my subscribers are happy and everyone is having fun, I'll be motivated to continue doing what I am doing, which is having cum on my chest.
Fucking Jesus Christ! What?
Yeah, I don't know. No idea.
That's so aggressive.
Yeah, no, I don't know who that was, but I think Joe sorted everything out now, so that's alright. Although that hasn't been sorted out, and I don't think I remember to tell him, so I should probably let him know.
Jesus.
Not that he, I mean,
That is hilarious.
I don't know,
That's-
that was.
It's Jesus. Ethan's here, our boy.
Oh, Ethan's here. Yes, we can begin now. We were just stalling
Okay.
until Ethan showed up, right?
Yeah, we've just been stalling. Ethan, we didn't know what to do.
It was like the 45 minutes before Super Rebel showed up on episode 11. We were just talking about
That was-
fucking UFC or whatever.
Whatever we could kind of talk about while
Oh,
trying to put it
God.
off.
Wow.
Yes,
Wow.
what a brilliant time the Kill Connor Club's been. I'm so excited for this year. I mean, it's gonna be big. Like
It is.
I
It's
just
gonna be
see
amazing.
the growth being so huge, and
Having this
the
back on the
movie
main
at the end of
channel.
the year and
as
yeah,
well.
back in the main channel. My
It's gonna be
God,
great.
don't get a fucking strike again, or I'll kill you. Seriously.
I'll do my best.
So I think we've put it off long enough. Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's Creed.
hang on. One thing beforehand.
Okay.
Because I'm just reading the chat.
Okay.
Jesus Christ, everyone's still going off on Game and Sheep. Tyler, did you ask Corey if you can tell that embarrassing Tyler's tales? If not, tell him now, because I need to know this story.
Oh, that story.
I'll message Corey right now. Just hang on one sec.
Is this the one you told me, right? This is the one you told me after the
Yeah,
Luna stream.
Yeah. I've told
That
this.
was a fantastic story.
So we've got BPR, Super Rebel, and Ethan here. We've got all our boys here.
Oh,
I love it.
I'm so hyped. All we need now is Brett. Who the fuck's Brett? Brett's always here. Actually, what time
Okay.
is it over there?
He's on E West Coast, so
No,
pretty
he's on
fucking-
the East Coast.
I thought he lived in. Is he? I guess
He's
shit,
in
I don't know
Florida.
shit. Okay. Okay.
it's
Yeah, I
like,
don't know shit. Never mind.
I think it's 7:30 a.m. for him. So
Yeah, pretty fucking early.
yeah,
on
so he's not
Sunday.
gonna.
Okay.
he's not
So
gonna show
I'll
up.
ask Corey, but until then, let's talk about Assassin's Creed, I guess.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, because I haven't even talked about this on the channel. Like I kept putting it off. I'm like, oh, I'll do this rumor discussion later. I'll just kind of put it off. Now I'm just
Yeah.
probably gonna upload it as like this video right now, like just this segment of the
Okay.
podcast.
Yeah.
So essentially, there's a lot of rumors going around. I don't know much about them, but supposedly 2016, no Assassin's Creed game. 2017, the game's going to be set in Egypt,
Yes.
and supposedly that's because of the poor response of Unity that led to, and this is the kicker here. This is really what counts. The poor sales of Syndicate due to Unity. Ubisoft don't give a shit that we don't like Unity. It's because Syndicate sales are a bit down, and they're like, oh fuck, maybe we should do something about it, because the only thing that matters to them is their fucking ass pocket, their wallet, which is, no offense to Ubisoft, it's just a business, that's how it works. And now, do we believe that? Because Kotaku's reporting it, but they're not reporting it like it's with any evidence other than, I've heard from sources.
Yeah, it was
anonymous.
something on 4chan, which is tricky. So, I mean, I don't know. The whole thing is literally just a rumor, and Ubisoft commented on it. They were like, I mean, there were two rumors. There was the Egypt one, which Ubisoft commented on, and said like, we can't comment on rumor and speculation. Watch the fucking movie. And then there was the one about being set in ancient Rome, which Ubisoft said nothing about, and I think that's a load of bullshit. So I made one video on that, but I think that's a load of shit, to be honest. If I'm gonna go with a rumor, it'll be the Egypt one, I think. But even so, I don't know.
Well, look, they're both amazing settings. I think.
Yeah, definitely.
But is it real? That's my real question. Do you think
No
it's
idea.
real?
I don't know.
Like, I still can't. Won't believe it till I see it that they're not putting out a game this year.
Yeah.
That's what I find hard to believe.
Yeah, it seems strange. I mean, if they do, then that's fantastic, and I'm completely for that. But like BPR said here, real quick, after the Unity and Syndicate leaks from Kotaku, it kind of seems very realistic because they leaked Unity, which was real. Then they leaked Syndicate, well, Victory, which was real. I mean, I don't know. See, the thing is, with Unity, when it was leaked, Ubisoft put out a trailer, and they were like, this is real. Unity's real. Sorry it got leaked, but we'll put out a trailer now. Then when Victory was leaked, they said, yeah, this is a real thing. And they were like, sorry it got leaked, but yeah, we're developing a new game. Blah, 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 blah. Then with this one, they've been like, sorry, can't comment on rumor and speculation. So does that mean this one's real? Or not? Judging from their
Well,
panel. Also,
they
there was
don't
no
have to confirm
screenshots or anything. So...
Well, they don't have to confirm shit because the difference is,
Mhm.
there's no evidence this time.
Yeah. That
That's
makes
the big
sense. I mean, but does that mean it's real or fake? Because there was evidence with Unity, evidence with Victory. Why didn't the guy that leaked it just get some fucking evidence to go along with it? Like...
Well, because it's bullshit. I don't know. Like
Exactly. So honestly, we can't, like, with Unity and with Victory, there is way higher chance that those were real because you could see the screenshots from development, like.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. But with this, you've got nothing to back it up with. It's kind of just this guy's word. You're taking his word for it, and it's like, well, nobody fucking knows. So I don't know.
Super Rebels just tweeted out the stream.
Oh,
so
thanks a bunch.
People are
Justin.
just
That's
coming
really
on,
cool.
keeping on saying I came from Super Rebel. Super Rebel sent me. Thanks, guys.
Oh yes, we have Super Rebel fanboys. Oh shit, I sent them all away, didn't I? No, come back, guys. Come back.
We love you. Welcome to Kill Connor Club.
This is the place where we talk about Just Cause 3, I promise.
Eventually. I've actually been playing. No, I won't get on Just Cause 3 just yet. I might talk about that later. But
No, we'll definitely talk about it later. Tyler, you have to tell them that we'll talk about Just Cause so they fucking stay till the end.
well, we actually will for reasons. But I mean,
Did you
we're
get
mid
Just Cause 3?
Assassin's Creed. We're mid Assassin's Creed discussion.
We are, but I just want to know, did you get Just Cause 3?
Jesus Christ, lots of people. Yeah, I've fucking been playing the shit out of it. Like Fallout 4 and Just Cause 3, I got like within like 2 days of each other.
Alright.
Jesus Christ! Look how many
we can
people
talk
are
about...
watching since Super Rebel tweeted.
Oh,
out.
that's crazy. Thanks a bunch, bro. That is super helpful. Cheers. Super great for the start of fucking whatever it's called. Oh, are you streaming as well? I think he is. Yeah, he's streaming as well.
Oh Jesus Christ! I didn't know. Then why did you send them here?
Yeah, what are you doing? But yeah, anyways,
Okay, so
cheers
Super
for
Rebel
that. So
streaming,
Super
so
Rebel
go
streaming,
watch.
just go over there, like his stream, whatever. Spam him with hashtag #KillConnor.
Hashtag Kill Connor
That'll
Club
win.
sent us. But don't
Um,
leave us.
Yeah, but for sure, don't leave us. For sure, stay. But yeah, cheers for that. That's super cool. Anyways,
So,
what were we talking about?
Also, yeah, people are talking about with this leak. Like, there's no evidence for or against this. Like, it's just a rumor.
Mm-hmm.
So it's so, like, I find it tough. Like, I get that Kotaku has a lot of insiders, and I get that they could definitely hear things and be able to say, look, I've heard from several people inside Ubisoft, but at the same time, it could be just a fuckhead saying that.
Exactly.
And, legally, they can say that shit, because they don't have to prove any sources, because, like, oh, it's anonymous. So it's tough. I won't believe it till I see it, is the real honest truth, because I can't see them just yet waiting an extra year.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't mean they won't. Like, it's, again, there's no evidence for or against it. I like the setting Egypt. I think it would be awesome historically, but does that mean it would be good Assassin's Creed wise is another thing, because you think of cities, you think of building sizes. Would it be good to free run? What direction are they going with it? What's it going to be like? That's the real question, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, because people have said, like, oh, ancient Egypt, we're gonna... You know the one thing that I fucking hate? Is people like, how are we gonna leap of faith off the pyramids? Guess what? We're not gonna leap of faith off the fucking pyramids. It's not gonna happen. Like...
Well, yeah, you're right. We definitely won't. I did think about that actually. I
It's
haven't
literally
seen anyone.
impossible. Like, you can't leap a faith off the pyramid. No one can leap that
You'll just
far.
have to slide down it.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. But I think if the pyramids were to be included in the game, it would be like at the end. There'd be like a temple or something. I don't think there'd be like this place you can freely explore, kind of like Rome at the end of 82. I feel
Well, I
like
think
it
you'll
works
be.
more
I
to
think.
that.
I reckon one will be. You'll be able to leap of faith because it won't be finished. And
When
you
were
might be
they
able to.
finished?
I don't know. Well, if the game's set while they're being, any of them are being built, you know what I mean? Don't put it
Possibly.
set
Possibly.
because we don't even know that.
Yeah,
It's a
BPR
whole-
said we may get something around March time. Isn't that when we're supposedly going to get a trailer for the movie?
When?
At March time. That was a thing. I remember,
Is that true?
was it
Okay.
something Brett covered on his channel? He was like, possibly getting a trailer for the movie in March. I'm not sure why he knew it, and I can't really remember. It was a while ago, but possibly. Possibly. But
Yeah.
who
Well,
knows?
I mean, the movie's wrapped in now as well.
Yeah.
So it's happening. There's no going back.
It's a thing. But, like, so, do you think for the next Assassin's Creed game, if it's going to be set to... not set, sorry. If it's going to come out 2017, do you think they'll start announcing it this year? Or they'll wait until beginning of next year? Like March, April time?
Okay. I'm gonna stop you right there. You're talking about Ubisoft.
Yeah, they're going to announce
Yes.
it this year.
It doesn't matter when the game's coming out. We will hear about it at the latest E3 this year.
See, the only thing, though,
2016.
the guy that leaked it said, which is really confusing. He was like, remember to screenshot this so you see that I'm right when nothing from Assassin's Creed is shown at E3. Which leads me to believe either they're not going to show it at E3, which sounds like a load of bullshit, or he's lying. The whole thing is a lie. Like, if one thing is out of place or wrong, then the whole thing's got to be a fucking lie. Surely.
As if Ubisoft wouldn't like look at the Division. They 3 E3s ago. And
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
only coming out in like 2 months. You
Mm.
know, they will announce it ahead of time because they want to build it up. They're like, guys, we're taking our time on it. Here's what it looks like. Get hyped. 100% they'll announce it. It's like I don't buy that Watch Dogs. I'm not. I can't imagine that. The only way I believe it is if Watch Dogs is coming out this year and Assassin's Creed
Yeah.
1, if that makes sense. But
Yes.
at the same time, I feel like Watch Dogs would have been... Actually, no, I don't. I was going to say I would think Watch Dogs would have been announced already. But in this case, if they do the kind of alternate Watch Dogs every second year, Assassin's Creed every other year, like from
Yes, they
now on,
alternate and switch, yeah.
then possibly they won't do an announcement ahead of time because it'll be like Assassin's Creed games. Like they announce it each year.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
even then,
oh,
I
that's
just
gonna
imagine
kill
in this
me.
case, until they know how they're going to do their new release schedule, they would and still announce it early this time. Like they'd announce Assassin's Creed this year still, but
Yeah.
afterwards, when it's like, okay, we get Watch Dogs this year, and then the next Assassin's Creed comes out, and then the year after, oh, Watch Dogs gets announced then, and then next year Assassin's Creed gets announced. So it's like to start with, they're hyping everything.
Yeah.
But then when they kind of get into the groove, it just becomes a regular thing of we hear about it at the start of the year, releases at the end of the year.
Well, that means I'm going to have to become a Watch Dogs / Assassin's Creed channel. Otherwise, I'll have a year of nothing. So I'm going to have to get on that Watch
Well,
Dogs
I've got the
hype. I
movie this
I
year.
created the fucking hype train for Watch Dogs 2. It's a train that doesn't even exist. I was like, oh, top 5 things in Watch Dogs 2. It's like, it's not even announced yet. But that's the thing.
Yeah, well, I love Watch Dogs, so I'm very excited for Watch Dogs too.
Ah, it was alright. It was okay. But I'm excited for the second one. I am actually, like, if they announce Watch Dogs 2, I'm gonna be like,
Why
yes.
are you excited for the second one if you didn't like the first one?
It's not that I didn't like the first one, it just wasn't perfect. Like,
You
it's
talk shit about it. You talked up shit about
like,
it.
yeah, but I talk shit about everything.
It's true.
So, I exaggerate things a lot. Like, Unity, I didn't even... Actually, no, I fucking hated that game. No, Unity's probably the only one that I don't exaggerate. I just milk it. So, I do it for a while. But I did actually fucking hate that game. But Watch Dogs wasn't even that bad. Watch Dogs was fine. It just wasn't great. Like, the whole downgrade of the graphics didn't really bother me. Like, too much, I'm just like, I don't really care about the graphics. Like, what bothers me is the fact that Ubisoft tried to cover it up, which was a fucking stupid thing to do. Because obviously they downgraded the fucking graphics. That was a lie by saying they didn't. But, I think the side quests were good. The main story was a bit meh. Like, you're trying to track down people who killed your niece by accident. Like, they weren't even out to kill your fucking niece, were they?
They're out to kill you.
And then they killed your niece, and then he's like, yeah, I'm just gonna kill everybody now. It just seems random. Like, the story wasn't, I don't know, it was a bit shit, but they could make something really cool. And I like the gameplay mechanics, even though there wasn't a whole lot of things you could hack. It was kind of a bit meh. But...
yeah, well, I fucking, like, I can't talk more highly of Watch Dogs, to be honest, man. Like, that was my favorite game of 2014, and I thought, I thought it was incredible, because it was so long, like, the whole game is big. Like, I clocked 80 hours to get 100% completion in that game, not including the DLC. I thought, to me, lots of games get really boring because it's too much of the same thing. Like, in the game, like, I feel like I'm doing the same thing over and over. It's like fucking Destiny. It's just cool. So I hold off enemies in a set point, and then I go through a base, shoot enemies. Like, that's the mission structure of every Destiny mission. And then a boss battle at the end. That's it. Nothing else happens.
Yeah.
Watch Dogs, you have like 80 hours of this whole world that's like a fucking living thing. I've never looked at a game the way I looked at Watch Dogs. You know, it's a living, breathing world. I have to look at the world I'm playing in differently, as it's a part of the game as much as anything. It's not just pixels on a screen. You have to pay attention more to your surroundings that way. You've got heaps of car chase missions and all the varieties of those vehicle missions. You've then got stealth. You've then got, you know, enough of like puzzles and hacking, but it's not too boring. Some of it was a bit fun, and it was just so much variety, and they balanced it well. Like, it wasn't like there was too many missions in a row of cars, and then too many missions in a row of stealth and intruding. Like, it was all mixed together, balanced so well. I thought there was a great variety of gameplay. And to me, the graphics were fine. Like, I didn't care. I didn't look at the E3 demo like, that's not the same, it's slightly less. I'm like, so? Like,
yeah, that didn't bother me either. Like, yeah, that didn't bother me either. The only thing that bothered me about that was Ubisoft's cover-up of it, because they lied about it. That pissed me off. It was like, you don't even need to do that. Just say that you downgraded the graphics. There was a reason for it. Like, people know. Like, the graphics downgrade didn't bother me, because I don't care about the visuals all that much. It's just the fact that Ubisoft were being stupid about it. Like, the whole fact that it was like, oh yeah, there's no female character in Unity because we can't animate females because it's too difficult. Yeah, it's fucking
yeah.
Ubisoft.
I see what you mean, and like, and by the way, when I was talking shit about Destiny, like, I like Destiny. I've fucking played the shit out of Destiny. Like, I enjoy it, but the fact is, it's way shitter than Watch Dogs. Like, I had to pay, how much money did I have to pay to get a full game out of Destiny? Like, at least, to me, Destiny was a pile of shit when it first came out.
Still less than Battlefront.
The same, yeah, true. Probably actually is true. That's only because my Xbox is connected to my brother's account, and he fucking plays the shit out wanks over Destiny, so he paid for it all, and I just got it. All the DLCs, so I didn't actually.
That's the same for me and George. He gets everything that I pay for.
And then you get the Destiny one you don't play anyway.
But yeah, exactly, and it's like, I don't play any of that shit, but whatever, fine.
Yeah, so, I mean, I love Watch Dogs, and I can't wait for the next one, because I thought the story was fine. I liked Aiden Pierce. I thought he was a bit different. He was kind of like a Batman. As everyone knows, I respect the hell out of Batman.
Oh, of course.
Don't know who he is. His real identity is a mystery to us all. It's not me. And essentially, I just thought I enjoyed it. Like, there wasn't much I didn't like about it, to be honest. Like, it's not like it was a masterpiece storyline, but it wasn't something I didn't enjoy. There was so much going on, and yeah, and there were some side missions that were awesome. The achievement hunting was fun. It was similar to Assassin's Creed. Like, it was great fun just playing open world and doing these challenges, and there's a good variety of the side missions types, and
I think there we needed more customization. I think that was something that would have been great.
I'd agree. I think I found like one outfit I really liked, and I stuck with that. But yeah, I would agree. But there was definitely room for improvement. But
yeah,
it was the
definitely.
first game in a new IP that was very ambitious.
Yeah, you know what? I agree. Actually, you've convinced me. Actually, those were good points. I think what I'll do now I've got live streaming back is I will live stream Watch Dogs again on this channel, and I'll play through it, and I can give a new opinion on it.
Yeah, like, that sounds awesome. I mean, I did on my Ruthless Productions. Me and Joel did we only did 4 episodes. I recorded more, but never put it out. The channel died. But it was us achievement hunting in Watch Dogs, and we just fucking bang and stuff. Like that was so much fun. One of my favorite things I did on that channel, or even YouTube. That was just fun. Even though no one watched it except Ace. That's it. That's the only person.
Ace watches everything though. Ace is everywhere at once.
That's true.
Ace is fantastic.
Yeah. And let's talk about season origin.
Ooh.
Jesus Christ. So yeah, well, Free Run for Justice. I didn't tell anyone I was doing this.
Told me.
Well, you didn't know I was doing it until
I didn't know until you sent me the unlisted trailer, and then I was like, oh, that's fucking great.
I was sitting around when am I going to do this? Because I was such a dick as well about it. Because on my New Year's welcome to the channel video, I go, look, I don't know if I'm going to do Free Run for Justice anymore. I just depends what the next Assassin's Creed game is. I want to do it, but it might not happen. And I'm just I'm fucking doing it. Secretly doing it. But I wasn't going to talk about it for ages.
Yeah.
And then I just kind of was sitting at home doing videos. I was working on Assassin's Creed The Truth, episode 3 and stuff. And I was just doing my research like normal. And doing revelations editing. And then I was like, let's put this. I came up with the idea. I was like, what would I say if I did a trailer? Because I just want to do a teaser at some point. And that's when I was just like, I just came up with the line. I was like, I don't know about you guys, but I'm rock hard for this. And I was like, that'd be funny. That'd be funny, something simple. And then I just kind of was like, oh, let's just put something together. And that just happened. I was like, oh, I'll put that in a month. And I was like,
you're so bad at keeping secrets.
I can't hold it in. I'm excited about it, so I just want to tell everyone because everyone else is excited about it. So I was straight away, after I uploaded it, I was sent it to you and Ethan to watch. And then by the next day, I even went to you. Oh, I don't know if I'll put it. I might wait a bit. Nah, next day, upload it to everyone public. So that'll be happening at the latest. I'd imagine the latest would be June. But I'm gonna I don't have Arkham Knight anyway to play. My brother's got it, and I'm seeing him for RTX Australia in Sydney next weekend. So if you see me there, say hello. I'll be wearing the Kill Connor Club podcast shirt. Yes. And then after that, I'll get to kind of playing it. I'm going to finish the whole season, put it all together, and then start releasing it just so I can plan everything out.
That's good. And everything can then link into season 1, and it'll be beautiful.
It's going to be great. I've got a lot of ideas. And you're helping me actually write some of the story ideas because you had good ideas, and I was like, I'm stealing them. That's happening. I'm definitely taking them. So
it's gonna be good though.
That'll be really cool. That'll be very cool. So that'll happen soon. I'm gonna start working this shit on it, and I'd imagine I'll start working on it next minute, uploaded next week. It starts just because I can't hold it in because I'm terrible.
Everyone's telling us to talk about different things. I want to. Ace said he's just trying to work out how Batman ends up in revolutionary France.
Look,
time travel though.
Trust me. No, just trust me though. Trust me.
Like how did Arno or Batman go from revolutionary France to Victorian London? Basically the same fucking thing.
Yes. But
you can assume.
You can assume, but the difference is how. How's the real
question?
Why? How? Why? Not just what. Yeah, obviously time travel, correct. But how and why? How and why is the real question. And this sets things up for everything in the future. It sets up the future of Season 3, Season 4, and beyond.
Oh, yeah.
Until the end of the series.
Ooh.
There's something there. And obviously, James knows more than everyone else right now, but we can't talk about it live.
Ooh. What the fuck am I doing?
I don't know. You're going, ooh.
Just hyping it up. Everyone's getting ready. Wait, hang on. Okay, right, so. Oh, I lost everything. I was just looking at the chat.
Everyone is talking about different stuff. Everyone's like, talk about this, talk about that, talk about this.
Yeah, BQ Overlord said to talk about that Camelot theory. Did you? Because he sent me an email with a full overview of his ideas and shit for that whole
Oh, he
King
probably
Arthur
sent me, but
saying.
I never check my inbox. I'm horrible at it.
Yeah, well, I told him to because he inboxed me on Facebook on my Facebook fan page, and I was like, say, if you have like all the stuff for it, just send me an email at my business email, and I'll pick it up and sort it out. So I've got that. If we want to talk about that at some point.
Yep, I'm checking. Man, I never check my inbox. Like I'm the worst at it.
Everyone's just sent everything to me. Yeah. So I have all this shit.
I have a lot of unread things in here. Anyway, looking just casually through my emails live on the air because that's what we do instead of talking to all you guys.
Yeah, exactly.
So, the numbers. You want
The numbers. Yeah, let's talk about the numbers. Let's talk about the numbers. So the numbers. If no one knows what the numbers are, if you're just kind of you're clueless on what I'm talking about, the numbers from the Assassin's Creed Chronicles game. So in China we had couple of numbers, and then in India we had a couple of numbers as well. And Escoblades confirmed that each Chronicles game contains 3 sets of numbers. So far nobody knows what the fuck the numbers
What's in
mean.
China? Let's talk about China first because we at least know more about that.
Yeah, let me get the numbers because they're in the description of my newest video, and I will tell you the numbers, and we can speculate. But it's fucked. Like, there's no way you can work out what this is because it doesn't even make sense. So in China, the numbers were 0322, 1021, and 3102. Then in India, we had 2021.
Hang on, before
Okay, I'm gonna. What's the...
China was what?
What?
China's numbers were.
China was 0322.
Yep.
1021. 3102. And then in India, we had 2021, 3011, and 1121.
1121. Yep. So obviously, India. The first thing that popped to my head was each sequence of numbers equals 5,
Yes.
and that's about it.
Yeah. Yeah. See, China's numbers all add up to 17. India's numbers all add up to 15. So the subject 17 Desmond theory is like out the window.
What do you mean?
Yeah. Well, it was all of China's numbers added up to 17. So the theory that Audel and
Correct.
Ethan had was, oh, well, what if India's numbers also add up to 17? Will that mean it's like messages that Desmond's trying to get through, like his mind is in the Animus or whatever, within the Helix. He's trying to dodge Juno and work out how he can send messages to people. So he's kind of putting 17 so people can be like, wait, is that Desmond? By like clues and like adding things up, just tiny little hints. But India all added up to 15, so it's like, no. That can't be what it is. I mean, I always thought that was a far-fetched theory. Like, that doesn't even sound plausible. Like, add up all the numbers and you get subject 17 sounds a bit random to me. Like, that theory never really clicked for me. But, yeah, literally no idea what the fucking numbers mean. They're just there. And, nah, I don't know.
Because the numbers individually don't seem to mean anything. Like, if you see each number 0322, 1021, 3102, like those numbers don't mean anything.
Yeah, they're all below 4, so they're all like 3 or under. But literally no idea. Someone said, what if it's a release date for the next Assassin's Creed game? So China was 17, so 2017. India was 15, that could be the day. And then with Russia, we'll find out the month. So, like, you know, but I don't know about that one.
Yeah, I don't know, eh?
At least people are coming up with things. Like, people are saying coordinates, but, like, what kind of coordinates? Like, how do these work? Put them through a decoder. But how do you decode them? They're just random numbers. What does that mean, put them through a decoder? Like, how can you decode just a bunch of random numbers that you have no idea what they mean? Like, coordinates to a vault? Maybe 2021 is like a modern day thing but standalone, like a different assassin in the future. Yeah, I think that's probably pretty far-fetched. Just picking one set of numbers out of all of them, going maybe this is something it's very. I think they all need to be added together. I think the only way we're gonna find the answer is after Russia. I think that will give us the conclusive answer. I
Look,
reckon.
maybe, but you're also looking like there's a lot to number riddles and riddles in general. Like it's easy to overlook things.
Yeah.
Like you can think to yourself, why does every number have to mean something? It could be something as complicated as one number from each thing means something together, or
Yeah,
you know,
possibly. But then, how do Ubisoft expect us to decode that? Like, I'm looking at what have they done in the past. They've
Or
given us like the 16 puzzles where we had to decode all of those things. I mean, that was within AC2, but I mean, even in Assassin's Creed 1, you had like remember those like they look like crossword things, but you had to like read them backwards and like diagonal or something, and then it gave you like a sentence, and like that was a thing they did. But I don't know about these numbers. Like, they're just random fucking numbers. Like, I literally don't even know where to begin to, like, understand what the fuck they mean. And why are they there? Like, why are they in Chronicles? What is Chronicles? Like, I'm assuming that Assassin's Creed Chronicles is, like, a game put out by Abstergo, and you're, like, someone playing them, because you're in the Helix in that game. So, I don't even know.
yeah. Are the numbers letters? Like,
Yeah, someone sent me something on Instagram, which was random, but they basically were like, yeah, 1 is A, 2 is B, 3 is C, and they basically gave me what it all meant, but it doesn't even make sense. Like, it's just random. And he was like, yeah, well, we'll rearrange them and then find out the ones from Russia, and maybe we'll get an answer. And it's like, maybe, but then it's just a lot of A, B, and C's in different places. Like,
yeah, fuck.
like, literally, maybe they're full of shit. Maybe they don't mean anything. They're just there for the sake of it. I don't know. No, I think they're there for a reason. Like, Escoblades pointed out, he was like, there's 3 sets of numbers in each game. Like, he was just pointing that out as well. They've got to have a meaning to them. And since those side-scroller games are so fucking shit and pointless, those numbers have got to mean something important, because Ubisoft like to put important plot points in their DLCs and side games. So,
Yeah,
I'm
I'm also
working
with
on that.
Audle here, because Audle said something interesting that I was thinking about, which
Yeah.
is just the numbers they're using are 0, 1, 2, 3 are the only numbers they're using in these
Yeah.
sequences.
Yeah. Which is strange.
It is strange. Like, there's a reason for that, certainly.
Yeah, definitely. And there's always 4 numbers next to each other. There's always 3 sets in each game. Maybe they're specific to the time period, so the numbers in China somehow relate to China, numbers in India somehow relate to India.
Nah.
I don't know either. It's
Well, you're also
random,
looking at a
like...
game that I don't know much about these Chronicle games.
Well, I mean, they're
because
unrelated completely.
They're not related at all? Like the box? Because I thought the
Oh,
box might have something to do
like,
with...
no, I just meant the numbers. Like, the numbers literally have nothing to... Like, they're just in the game. Like, they've literally... Like, I feel like they've got nothing to do with the game. They're completely separate. So, like, the numbers are a separate storyline to what's happening in the games. Like, what's happening in the games doesn't relate to the numbers whatsoever. So, you don't even have to play the games to know what the numbers mean. You just need the numbers.
Yeah, but what in...
So, it's about the box. That's what it's about.
It is
'cause
about the box.
Yeah, the box is in China. The box is also in India. And then in India, they add the power source to how the box works, which is the Koh-i-Noor. So I'm assuming Russia will continue with the whole box thing and maybe add something else. Maybe like the manuscript will be in Russia. Some kind of manuscript.
But now think about it this way. Think coordinates, what does the box do?
Possibly. It
Reads
decodes
things.
first civ manuscripts and maps and things like that. So it could be coordinates to something first civ related. And Abstergo or whatever are trying to decode or decipher the coordinates by making people play through the memories. So you play through China, you get first set of coordinates. Play through India, get second set of coordinates. It's like when they were trying to find the map in AC1 by making Desmond synchronize with Altair. They had to make him synchronize through all of his memories to get to that endpoint. So they've got to make everyone synchronize through China, India, and Russia before they can get all of the coordinates, and then use that to find some kind of vault or some kind of... I don't know. Maybe something like that, but I feel like it's because I assumed that we'd get India and China and we get some part of the puzzle solved, but perhaps you have to play all 3 together to get an entire conclusive result.
It's tough, yeah. It just, to me, it can't be random that the first Chronicles game's numbers added up to 17. Like, that's such an important number.
It is, but I also think it's just random. Like, it's just
It could
literally
be
a coincidence.
fucking troll. They're like flesh.
Possibly.
Like, just in the sense of it adds up to 17. Like, it means something.
Yeah, yeah.
But they're like, let's make the first ones add to 17 to fuck with them.
Yeah, I don't think that has anything to do with it. Like, genuinely, I
don't
never...
know.
Even in the first place, I never thought of anything. I was like, would Ubisoft put numbers in a game just so you have to add them together? It seems very, very simple. Like, add them together, 17. Yeah, but what the fuck does that mean? Like, I feel like it's got something more to it, something more complex, because Ubisoft were always really good at that. I mean, they haven't really used any of that stuff recently, but, you know... The Animus as well is something that I looked at, because China came out shortly after Unity, and the Animus for China was identical to the one from Syndicate. The same for India, it looks like the same Syndicate Animus, like the whole Helix thing. It looked nothing like Unity, basically, like the Animus they used.
So you know that each row of numbers in China add up to 4? Like, if you add each row vertically, like you say 0322 1021 3102. So if you just go vertically, go down, it's 0134.
Whoa, hang on. Whoa, wait,
4.
go vertically. What the fuck are you talking about?
Like, I'm just talking, I was just reading the numbers in China, because I'm sitting here with my, like, a drawing pad.
Oh, right, yeah, I see what you mean. So you put them underneath
fuck,
each
no,
other,
they don't. The
right?
last one adds 5. I thought it was 202.
Damn.
Fuck, it's already fucked up. Because it's 445, 4445, and then it's like, then in India it's like 6, 1, 5, 3.
Like, what are they expecting us to do? Like, I went through a couple of forums, and people are, like, doing these weird, complex ciphers, and getting all these different numbers, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, it was crazy, but, yeah, I don't know. There are 3 sets, latitude, longitude, no third.
Jesus Christ.
Maybe like a date? Maybe a date? Maybe the last one will give us a date? So we get, the latitude, longitude, and then a date. So
Maybe.
we know,
Or maybe,
like
like
where
you
and
said,
when.
Maybe like you said, it's just the next numbers add to like 11, and then it's like the 15th of November, 2017.
Yeah, possibly.
No, like, could be that simple, but it just
Could
feels
be.
like...
Yeah, that seems... Yeah, it seems like it's got to be something to do with the story, not just like, oh, this one new game's coming out, like...
Yeah.
Bit random. I just... What I want now is for Russia to come out, just get the final set of numbers, and then we can really start digging into it. When does Russia come out again? The 9th of February, I think. So that's super close.
9th of February, doesn't? Okay, yeah. So I would have no idea, because I haven't
Yeah,
played.
I reckon
and
I looked at
plan
it
on
yesterday.
playing any
Yeah,
of
you don't need to.
these.
You don't need to. I play them for the
That's
sake of it,
good.
but you know they're only like $7.99, so I'm like, fuck it, I'll play it. But yeah, you don't need to play it. I mean, literally, the first one was about Shao-Chi looking for the box. Then the next one was about Arbaz Mir is looking for the box and the Koh-i-Noor, which powers the box. And there's some subversive shit, and there's the numbers. But the numbers aren't related to the main story, so you just need the numbers. Because I'm sure the numbers are related to the rest of Assassin's Creed. Like, it's got to have something to do with the main games, I reckon. King Tambir asked how many sets of numbers there are per game. There's 3 sets of numbers per game, so 3 in China, 3 in India, and there'll be 3 in Russia as well. That's what Escoblade said on Twitter a little while back.
Well, fuck.
The 3 games locations create a triangle, apparently. So that's a thing. That's true. That is true. India, Russia, China. That's a triangle, right? Yeah, it's a triangle. Well, I mean, anywhere's going to create a triangle. If there's 3 locations, it's always going to be a triangle. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. Because, I mean, it could be in line, so.
The last time we had numbers like this was 1490, 1420,
Yeah.
and 1421.
Which was that whole 72 thing.
Which, yeah.
The key to the vault. But that was so fucking in depth. Like the whole the Bible verses and all that shit. But this can't be the same kind of cipher thing. Like it's different.
Why
so,
not?
like,
It's probably more complicated.
yeah. Oh Jesus. Like I mean, do you think if we hadn't had Sean give the explanation for the 1419, 1420, 1421, do you think anyone would have been able to figure that out?
I certainly wouldn't. I
No,
don't
I
know
wouldn't
about. I'm
either.
not going to speak for
I don't
everyone else,
know
but
enough. Like, it was specifically made by Ubisoft so that no one else but Sean would probably work it out because it was so like in the like I don't know, maybe someone would have worked that out, but it's so far fetched and so random. So I don't know. Can't wait for the
yeah,
secret
fuck.
ending in AC Chronicles Russia. Apparently that's a thing. I read that yesterday as well.
What's going on?
Um, AC Chronicles Russia has a secret ending apparently.
Cool.
Maybe that's got something to do with the numbers. I don't know.
Look, yeah, yeah, I don't know. Well, what, like, at this point, what more can we say?
Literally, there's nothing else. Like, it's just, yeah,
That's really all
nah.
we can talk about with these numbers at this point. Yeah, so I don't know.
So yeah,
I don't know.
I don't have a fucking clue. But
So yeah, that's all I know. That's all I know. What more can we say? What can we say? Do you want to go into? We're gonna do a new segment that we kind of didn't do. No, we never did it. We talked
what is
about it,
this?
but we never did it. Which is top fives.
Oh yes, okay, top fives. Okay.
Which we're gonna do this time. It'll be different to the others for some fucking reason. The first time will be different to every other time we do it. But usually it'll be like Assassin's Creed top fives, at least for now.
Okay.
Like we can do
Yeah.
top five soundtracks. Obviously, we've already talked about top five games before, or like top five
Yeah, Rogue's One and
storylines in
three.
them, top five whatever. But this time we're doing top fives, and I want to do four lists. I've already actually tweeted it out, but I mean we can talk about it more in depth here. Of
Mhm.
looking back on 2015 and looking forward to 2016, what are our top five games and movies of 2015 and our top five most anticipated games and movies of 2016?
Yep.
So,
Okay. Oh, Elva's here.
do you want to? Elva's here.
Howdy.
Elva, hello. So,
Okay.
do you want to start with 2015? What were your top five games?
Top five games. I did a list of this on Twitter, didn't I? And now I've forgotten what I said. So I'd go from 5 to 1. Shit. What do I put number 5? Fuck. Ooh. Jesus, I don't even know what to put for number 5, but I think I'd put number 4 would be Halo 5. Number 3 would be Syndicate. 2 Fallout 4. 1 Witcher 3, and then 5, I guess, Just Cause 3? Maybe I'll switch that with Halo. Halo can be number 5. 4
Yep.
can be Just Cause 3. Then Syndicate, then Fallout, then The Witcher. There we go. Okay. There's my top 5 games, 2015.
What? So, I can't imagine. I'll say my top five, and then we can talk about them. My top five games of 2015 were number 5 Halo, number 4 Just Cause 3, number 3 Syndicate, number 2 was Game of Thrones Telltale,
Mm-hmm.
and number 1 was Fallout 4.
Okay.
I never played Witcher 3, so
Oh,
I
it's so
can't
good.
imagine how something would be better than fucking Fallout 4.
Oh, it's
That
so good.
shit,
Well, I
that
mean,
shit was incredible.
I've
Incredible.
I played more of The Witcher 3. I played The Witcher 3 for 75 hours on Steam, and then Fallout 4 for like 30 hours or something. I just kind of didn't play much after I finished the story. I found it very difficult to find quests and stuff. Like, I think after playing Fallout 4, I think it's confirmed it for me that I definitely prefer Elder Scrolls to Fallout.
Oh, I agree. I prefer because I hate post-apocalyptic games. I hate zombie games. Hate all that shit. I can't stand it
Yeah.
because it's all the same shit. But Bethesda do it like nobody else can do it. They can make
Yeah,
me
definitely.
froth on something I hate, like post-apocalyptic, where everything looks like a pile of trash. Somehow I couldn't stop playing it. I haven't had that since Skyrim. That I
Mhm.
want to stay up all night, literally all night to play it. I haven't had a game like
Yeah.
that for years. You know
Yeah,
that
yeah.
to me was
I don't
huge for
know.
me.
Fallout 4 didn't captivate me as much as Fallout 3 or Skyrim or even The Witcher 3. The Witcher 3 was so good. I think it was really immersive and there was so much stuff to do. Everything was so big and it was so involved and in depth. I think for Fallout 4 for me felt very small after playing The Witcher 3. And I was kind of like, yeah, I don't even know. Like, not saying it's a bad game at all. It was fucking amazing. Fallout 4 was so good, but for me, The Witcher 3 was just better than it.
I just can't imagine it. One day I'll
Witcher
play
3 was
Witcher
so
3
good.
maybe.
Like I mean I before the Witcher 3 as well. Like all the stories
Did
run
you
together as
finish
well. So
have you
hmm?
finished Fallout 4's main story
Yes,
quest
yeah,
line?
yeah.
I fucking loved it.
It
Like
was
I
great.
loved it. Did you go? This isn't a spoiler because it's pretty vague. What faction did you side with?
Oh fuck, who did I side with? Um,
Did you go with the Brotherhoods of Steel or the Institute? Or I think
I
there's Minutemen,
I went with the Railroad.
the Railroad.
Yeah,
A
because
massive
that was who I
believer.
like. That's who I was like, kind of helping the most. Like, because when I met them, I did a load of quests for them, and I felt really loyal to them. And I was like, I can't just betray them now, because I did nothing for the Brotherhood of Steel. So I was like, I have to just stick with the Railroad. It felt right to me.
Um. Okay, I sided with the Institute.
Oh fuck, Jesus Christ!
I had a lot of reasons. Like I
I
can't
can
really talk about
understand
too
it.
much. I'll be trying as vague as possible. Um, for people who know it, but I don't want to spoil things that
Yeah, yeah, of course.
people who don't, because I was so invested in that storyline because I
Yeah.
don't care about settings, and I didn't. I looked at the world that was there when I entered as a character because I was so captivated by my character that I was playing as in
Mhm.
Fallout. When I was playing it, I was so invested in his purpose. He's trying to find his son, if his son's alive, you know, and I was so fucking in that. I didn't care. I looked at the world that comes in post-apocalypse, and I hate it. It looks like
Mhm.
shit. I couldn't care less about. Like, it's not. I'm not talking. That's not bad about the game. That's just as a person, I wouldn't. I'd rather be dead than live in that wasteland.
Mm. Yeah.
So for me, the only reason to live for that character is his son.
Mm.
So, in that sense, I chose the side no matter what happened. I don't care about the good of the world. I don't care about the good of people. I don't care about this wasteland. The world's over. All I had was my son. And
Yeah.
I was mindlessly whatever I could do for that. And I felt the Institute was the best way for that character to be true to his
Yeah.
only purpose. Like, and that's why I love Bethesda Softworks games like Elder Scrolls and Fallout,
Mm.
because you get so invested not just in characters but in the world and what they create, the lore, the different characters, the different factions, just everything about it so incredible. And I can talk about it so passionately like it's fucking real life or something. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Because it's not just character building, it's world building in Bethesda games. That's so unique about it.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah.
And
You know you I think you're not talking about what I say, but the main plot twist of the game.
yes, of course.
Yeah. I didn't find that
How
out.
could you
I like at first I didn't find it out, like, because I went in to the place, because I've been working with obviously everyone else outside, and like, you know, everyone hates the Institute on the outside
yeah,
world,
of
so I
course.
went in and I just fucked shit up and killed everyone, and then it like said a bunch of quest lines failed, and I was like, you know, I probably just shortened the game by like a couple hours, so I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna reload. Then I reloaded and I found out the plot twist, and I was like, thank fuck I did that, because I would never have found out,
So
because I just ruined everything. Whoa, what just happened there?
Jesus
You just
Christ.
like cut out. What did you say?
I just said Jesus Christ.
Oh, right, okay.
uh,
Yeah,
uh,
so that happened.
yeah, look, it was an incredible game. And to me, I went Sith Lord. I went fucking Darth Vader in that game. Because of that plot twist and all the stuff that happens in it, I was just like, well, I don't give a fuck about anyone. I will kill anyone the Institute tells me.
Jesus.
And that's what I did. I put on the um, cursor robes, and then I put on a fucking synth helmet, and I just fucked everyone up that the Institute told me to mindlessly.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I guess I like everything happened, and then I was like, well, I found friends on the outside. I didn't agree with the Institute. Like, I was kind of like,
Yeah, but
yeah, you know,
the outside better than, I can't really go too much into it, can we? Because there's spoilers.
yeah,
But
I don't think so.
there was a lot, like, even looking back on it, I didn't even realize how world game altering certain decisions were in the game. Like, I didn't know there was siding with anyone, because I was just kind of like, whenever people brought up whose side are you on, I just go the opt of answer a question with another question. and then we kind of progress you on like it's a yes.
Mm.
It's just very, yeah, I don't know. I just went all.
So how does it affect the world when you side with the Institute?
I pretty much destroy everyone.
So, like,
The Institute want to, to keep developing synth technology, and they
uh-huh.
want to have everyone live underground
Okay.
to a certain extent. Like, to be honest, I didn't really pay attention to what they wanted. I was just like, well, and then I just kept going. Whatever
Mm.
they told me. I knew who was, without spoiling anything, like, there's reasons I wanted to start with the Institute for the character, and I just didn't ask questions. And then I
Yeah,
realized, wow, the
okay.
game's about to end,
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. It's yeah, one of those things.
Okay.
Yeah, wow, that top five became Fallout as fuck discussion. But that's why
Yeah,
I
that...
thought top fives are a good thing because we ended up talking so much. Everyone's like, why am I blonde in the KBCC picture? Well, I'm blonde, but I as a kid growing up I was blonde as fuck. Now I'm like dark blonde, really dark blonde, but I'm certainly not brown hair.
Mm.
Maybe I look like that in videos to people, but I'm very dark blonde. Um,
Mm.
yeah. So I can't believe you killed father.
Yeah, I fucked you up. I went in there and killed everyone. And then I was like, okay, I failed a bunch of quests. Let's just restart and listen to what he has to say.
No, but I can't believe you would have killed. I imagine
Oh,
you
you mean at
killed
the
the
end?
institute at the end of,
Oh, the
depending
end
on
of
who you pick.
everything.
I imagine you just kill everyone else.
Oh, you go, like, I don't want to say
Yeah, let's not
much.
say it. Okay, let's just keep moving on
But
then.
it was fucked up what I did though. Like,
I
it
think it's
was
all
fucked
fucked
up
up.
what
Like
I
no matter
did.
what you do, there's so much to those decisions, and you feel the weight of the world on your shoulders.
Yeah, it's
Look,
like,
that's why Fallout's my game of the year, 2015. Like I just, it's so, yeah. Look,
I just think for me, The Witcher had more playability after I finished the main story. Because after I finished the main story of Fallout, I was kind of like, I don't really want to play anymore. I was like, this is kind of done. Like, I felt finished. Like, whereas with The Witcher 3, I finished the main quest, but everything else was so involved that it all felt like a main quest. So everything felt important and stuff. But whereas with Fallout 4, everything feels detached from the main story.
I do agree, and but so does every like in to some extent. It's a fucking stroke. To some extent, everything like that feels like that in Bethesda games. But there's so many side quests, like in Skyrim.
Yeah,
There's the Dark
Skyrim for me
Brotherhood,
though, everything
and
felt quite connected. I played so much Skyrim compared
the
to
main
Fallout.
quest and the Civil War storyline felt connected. Other than that, like
Mm,
they're there because you kind of run into them accidentally.
yeah.
But I see maybe they did a bit better than Fallout. But I mean, for me, I'd finish a quest line and I'd stop playing Skyrim, and then like a month later, I'd come back and I'd get another quest line. And I'd play another 20 hours, and then I'd
Hmm.
stop after that quest line. You know, like I just kind of, and I see that myself doing with Fallout. Like I finished Fallout,
Hmm.
and then I'm now playing Just Cause 3. But eventually I'll go back to Fallout and probably spend another 20 hours, get involved in something, and be super into it, and then I'll finish something, stop, play something else, and keep. You know what I mean?
Mm, yeah.
I imagine it'd be like that for a couple of years, and that's why there's a longevity of Skyrim and a longevity of Fallout in those Bethesda games.
Mm.
But my God, when the next Elder Scrolls, I definitely prefer Elder Scrolls because
Yeah,
that's
same.
the type of game I like and setting I like.
Yeah,
Like
maybe
I
that's
said,
why I preferred The Witcher. I think after playing Fallout 4, I think I just preferred that fantasy medieval setting, and I was just like, I feel more immersed. Because with I don't know, I think with Skyrim, a lot of the quests came up way easier. I had loads of quests that I found easier, but then with like Fallout, with Fallout 4 specifically, I found it difficult to find quests. Like I had to go searching for them. Whereas in Skyrim, they kind of came to me, and I found that way better.
yeah, I agree. Like there's definitely I prefer Skyrim too. Skyrim's still my favorite game of all time,
Mm.
but it's just yeah, and I think it's just a better setting of game, more what I would rather do than Fallout. Like I said, I hate post-apocalyptic stuff, but Fallout to me was so good. So it
Hmm.
won me over with all that good stuff. So I mean that's what was my favorite game, and I didn't play Witcher, so I can't say Fallout's better than Witcher or anything. But we're pretty much in agreement of the first three. But you haven't finished Game of Thrones, Telltales,
No, I
and I
just
thought
stopped playing. I got bored.
that was a magical. I was obsessed with that. I loved it.
I think if I played it again, I'd get into it, but I just can't be bothered. It doesn't matter to me. Like, I'm kind of like, I don't want to play it. I don't know. I can't be bothered.
I was so into it. Every episode, I couldn't wait. As soon as the episode came out, boom, straight away. Like, it was, really enjoyed it. But, I mean, we both put Halo at number 5. And, my God, that's lucky to be on my list. That is lucky to be on my top 5 list. Because everyone knows how much I love Halo. My favorite game franchise of all time. It's a story I've still been invested in with a character I'm still invested in for the last 13, 14 fucking years. Almost 15 years.
Yeah.
And that abortion of a campaign that they fucking put out, the only reason it's on my list is because the multiplayer was so fucking good.
Oh, the multiplayer saved that game for me. That multiplayer, I've played the fuck out of that. Like, I think Halo 4 and Halo 5 reversed in a way. Like, Halo 4 had a good campaign. I love the Halo 4 campaign.
What a campaign.
But the multiplayer was weak as hell.
Yeah,
with Halo 4,
like,
and I think Halo 5 switched that.
Yeah, I played like
Campaign
5
was
hours
weak.
in total
Multiplayer
of
was
Halo
great.
4 multiplayer.
Yeah, it was boring.
Whereas Halo 5, share of it. And, I mean, I'm just playing a whole lot of other games I haven't finished yet now, and then I'll go back to Halo 5 multiplayer.
Yeah, I play every so often.
Halo 5 multiplayer is like as good as Halo 3 to me, where the campaign was an abortion. And I was on suicide watch after that playing that campaign. I have never been so mad. I've never been so mad at a video game that it affected my life like that. Like, I finished it and I couldn't touch my Xbox. Couldn't even look at it.
Like, that's what Unity did to me.
I was almost gonna snap the fucking disc like you said. Unity.
Exactly.
And I just had to. I was seething about it. Like, I went to work that day. I just spent the whole day seething about it. Like, I was so upset with the fact that the character I played, and don't get me wrong, like, it's not like the story's that bad. I expected a cliffhanger ending because it's the second of the trilogy. So you expect them to set up the big finale. But the fact that the only character I care about, Master Chief, other than Ezio, my other favorite character of all time in video games, the character I've got 15 years of investment in, and I fucking play 3 fucking missions with him.
I know.
Out of 15 missions, I play 3.
And not all of them were missions though. Some of them were cutscenes.
And you're right.
Which is
Some of them were
bullshit.
cutscenes.
They passed off cutscenes, like 5-minute cutscenes as a fucking mission. You got an achievement for it and everything.
I'm red right now with rage. Like, oh my god. That was fucking embarrassment. Like, I can only compare it to an abortion. A dead baby is all I can compare that campaign to. You make me play 3 fucking missions with a character. I don't give a flying fuck about Locke. What the fuck? Who the fuck is that?
Bullshit.
What did he do? It did nothing. His 12 missions that weren't missions that cutscenes with bullshit in it literally did nothing for the campaign. Literally did nothing. Didn't progress anything. It just got us to the character I wanted to play as.
Exactly.
To me, there were 3 missions in the campaign, and that's the game. There's 3 missions, the Master Chief missions, and that's the whole campaign. The Locke stuff was literally pointless shit and dribble of talking to fucking mission givers and then killing Covenant, and that's the campaign. That's it. Nothing else happens. And then repeating killing the same boss over and over again 10 times the mission. And that's the fucking game.
I mean, what was the character progression for Locke, though? Because, like, he started off wanting to kill the chief.
I don't care. I don't care.
But, like,
no, don't fucking excuse it. We're not.
No, I'm not. I'm questioning
No,
why the fuck, at the end, all of a sudden, he was like, because he wanted to kill the Master Chief all through the game, but then right at the very end, all of a sudden, he was like, nah, I'm on your side now. Like, what was that about?
Doesn't matter. He doesn't matter.
Is he going to be in the next game?
I will kill fucking
Of course he's going to be in the next game.
No, he'll obviously be in the next game. If we have to play as him,
oh god,
I'll fucking kill someone.
Maybe they'll make it a co-op thing. Like, if you play co-op, then your Agent Locke is one of the characters.
I'm sorry if I'm destroying the mic. I'll hold it away because I'm going off. My god. Oh my god, if I have to play as Locke again, I'm gonna
Halo ODST, well, yeah, I can understand, because, I mean, if it was a side game, then playing as Agent Locke I'd be fine with, but the fact that it's, like, Halo 5, and you don't play as the Master Chief for, like, barely any of it, is, like, bullshit. Like, if it was like Halo Guardians, and you played as Locke, and it was just a side game where you play as Locke, then I can understand that.
No, no excuse. That bullshit.
But
Like,
having it as one
what-
of the main games is like, no.
But what happens? Like when you think about the campaign, and this is spoilers, but you don't want to play the game anyway, so it doesn't fucking matter. And if you really wanted to know, you would have already played it as it is. All that happens is about Cortana and her story progression, which literally you find out when you arrive at her. So the campaign is Chief finds out about Cortana, goes to Cortana, talks to her, game ends.
Mm.
That's his 3
Yeah.
missions to get to Cortana, game ends. Locke's campaign is to get to the character, and to me, I felt like I was Locke. Fuck, I just want to get to Chief so I can play as Chief and fucking
I
find
know,
out what's
that's
going
exactly
on.
how I felt.
But then barely anything happens as Chief. Don't get me wrong, the best parts of the game are easily with Chief, and they just made me feel whole again. But for so little reward,
Yeah.
oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah, the entire time I was playing as Locke, it feels like filler. Like, just killing Covenant, doing missions that I don't care about, so that I could play as Chief and actually progress the story, which is what I was interested in. Like, when I was playing as Chief, I was fully paying attention. I was like, okay, we're playing as Chief, let's see what happens now. And stuff did happen, definitely. But I don't even understand, what was the point of the story? Why did they reintroduce Cortana as being, like, suddenly going mad and, like, fucking shit up? Like,
Well,
why did they do
Halo's
that?
Halo's all about this destiny, and it's been about this evolution of humans. Like, it started off, like, it was all about discovering the Forerunners and what the purpose of these species are, and the Halo rings and what they were really purposed for, to be the separations of these generations. And who owned and built and created these rings and created all this were the Forerunners, which at first we thought must have been humans, because the way the Guilty Spark and these Forerunner artifacts talked to Master Chief and called him the Reclaimer. So we assumed that, oh my god, humans, ancient humans, similar like the first civilization, built the Halo rings
Yeah.
and destroyed it to destroy the Flood, so they had nothing to feed on. But then they had the Librarian who indexed all the DNA and then used her devices to send it back out, so that way we'd evolve into humans again. So she planted the DNA so we'd evolve again after the Flood were all exterminated.
Yeah.
But we found out that they're actually different races, and it's all about which race or species has the mantle of responsibility. The responsibility to be the guardian of all, the galaxy. And it was the Forerunners, and the Didact believes it should be the Forerunners and the human scum, whereas the Librarian believed their time is done. It's the humans' time. That's why she indexed the humans.
Okay, so like Minerva versus Juno.
Yeah, and her point was, and this is a huge Halo theory for those who don't know, this might be news to you as well, that when you look back, and it's so crazy 15 years later that this is stuff from Halo 1 that they had already known about, that they haven't still revealed properly yet, but they've started setting up now. 15 years they set this up.
Okay.
And it's still, I was so excited about for Halo 5, and they didn't do fuck all about it, which was they talk about in Halo 4 how the Librarian talks to Chief and says, you are the evolution of 1,000 lifetimes of planning. So she planned Master Chief this whole time when she indexed the human DNA. She planned that eventually Master Chief would exist.
Yeah.
So he's the chosen one, essentially. That's why I don't want to play as anyone else, because I want to play as the fucking chosen one. Why would I play as some random fucking cunt? You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
But also, you look back at Halo 1, and it's like, why did we think that the humans were Forerunner? You know what I mean? Like, why did we think the Forerunners were humans? It's because the way they talk to Chief, right? So if you look back at Halo 1, 343 Guilty Spark, though, when they find out that the Halo rings do. So they find out that Halo rings destroy all organic life.
Okay.
And 343 Guilty Spark wants to use the Halo ring. He's like, we got to fire it. That's what we're here for. The Flood's out. We got to fire the rings. And he goes to Chief and he says, I'm going to get this wrong. I'm just kind of paraphrasing.
Oh, I know which bit you're talking about. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he goes, how could you not know what it does?
Yeah,
Like,
and then he blows it off. Like they completely blow that bit off. Like
But
it happens, and they kind of push it to the side after that. And it's kind of
Yeah,
Chief's
how
like,
could you
wait,
not?
what the fuck?
'Cause-
And then everything
yeah,
like
'cause-
continues.
Yeah, so Guilty Spark also says, he's like, how could you not? You once asked me if I was in your
Yes, that bit.
position, I would do it. Would I do it? After having time to think about it, I said I would. So what we pretty much we know is the biggest Halo theory of all for who Master Chief is. There's a guy called, fuck, I'm gonna butcher this. It's the Didact clone. There's a Didact clone.
Hmm.
He's called like Alpha Didact. I don't know, something Didact is the name.
Okay.
Like I forget. There's like a code name for him. He's the person that fired the Halo rings,
Okay.
and in the original, he's the forerunner that fired the Halo rings.
Hmm.
And um, essentially, Guilty Spark was there when he fired the Halo rings, and he said to Guilty Spark, "If you're in my position, would you do it?" So he's the one that made the final call. And the reason for that is Master Chief's the reincarnation of that Forerunner.
Ooh.
That's why when he
Ooh.
sees Master Chief, he knows it's the whatever Didact. So
Yeah.
he just goes, "What do you mean? How could you not know? You once asked me if I was in your position, would I do it?" That's why he's called the Reclaimer, because that's who that Didact was.
Ooh, that's good. That sounds like a solid theory. That sounds canon to me. That
That's
doesn't
who the
even sound
big
like a
theory.
theory.
Yeah, yeah. So that's
Sounds like
kind
a
of what
thing.
set it up.
Yeah, I remember
And
when that bit happened in Halo 1. I replayed it recently, and when that bit happened, where he's like, how do you not know? Like, I read that gave me shivers. I was like, oh fuck, like, that was
yeah,
good. Like the storytelling in Halo is amazing. I love all those games.
and I am Christ, man.
Think we're
We
live
knew this
again.
was gonna happen.
Of
We
course it's
knew it
gonna
was
happen.
gonna
You
happen.
know, I streamed for like 8 hours yesterday, and it didn't cut out once.
Don't want to play as Locke again. I
Yeah.
didn't like Halo 2 playing as the Arbiter, even though I like the Arbiter, just not as a playable character. I just hopefully like Halo 3, in Halo 6 it'll just be Chief again.
Yeah. I hope so as well.
So fingers crossed, Jesus fucking Christ, that like I was on fucking suicide watch after playing Halo 5. Jesus. That was the worst.
Wow.
But
Okay.
that's why I was number 5, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow. And it was still on the
What
top five.
So, top 5 movies of 2015. I'll say
Oh,
mine and
I
then
don't even
say
watch
yours
movies,
so you can
so
think about it. Okay. Well, I love movies.
fucking Star Wars. That's
I
top.
feel like I did. I feel like I didn't watch that many movies like in theaters. I feel like I watched a lot of old movies in 2015, but not a lot of new ones. But my
Hmm.
5 are Southpaw, number 5.
Okay.
I thoroughly enjoyed that for a fight movie. Fight movies are tough for me sometimes. Number 4 was Ant-Man. Fucking loved Ant-Man, but I love Marvel
Hmm.
so much. Number 3 was Age of Ultron, Avengers.
Yep.
Number 2 was The Martian, which I was
Hmm.
surprised could be beaten, but it was only beaten by one movie, James. Only one could have
Ooh.
beaten The Martian.
Ooh.
Star Wars,
Of
The
course.
Force Awakens. Star Wars, The Force Awakens. Like, there's a lot of movies I didn't see that supposedly were good, but
Hmm.
I mean, there's plenty of bad movies in 2015 as well. There's a lot. I feel like 2015 had a lot of disappointment as well.
Yeah, I don't watch a lot of movies, so I don't have much input. Just Force Awakens was fucking great, and that's my input done.
Yeah, yeah. Well, look, The Martian was this fucking spectacular movie, and Star Wars was amazing. Plus, all the Marvel movies are always. I'm
Oh, I have
obsessed with
so
everything.
much catch up to do with Marvel. I haven't watched a Marvel movie since the first Avengers. And like, I don't know, like fucking Iron Man 3. I haven't watched Marvel movies in ages. I need to really catch up with all of that
What is
shit.
wrong with you,
Yeah, I know.
Jesus?
I'm gonna catch everything on. It's gonna be great, but I'll
Oh
just like
man,
binge
there's
watch
too.
everything.
It makes me sad how many people have written a list, and Fast and the Furious Seven's in it.
I like Fast and Furious. I like
Oh my
those movies.
god, makes me want to fucking drive my car into a
I
tree.
mean, they're by
Oh
no
shit,
means
too
the
soon?
best movies ever. Oh my god, I just realized what you said. Okay. Oh, Jesus Christ. Anyway, no, yeah, Swag, definitely. Swag needs to be on that top five list, of course.
Yeah,
Um,
you're not wrong. Yeah, well, look, I fucking hate Fast and Furious.
why?
Oh, they're horrible. They're the worst
But
movies I've
why
ever
though?
seen.
But why?
Well, I don't think any of them are very talented actors. I thought, honestly, Paul Walker was the only one I could deal with watching without wanting to punch myself in the face. I think the storyline's terrible. I don't think any of them are funny. I don't buy their little fucking banter teamwork shit. And I think they're just the most ridiculous shit, which I get. Like, look, people can like Fast and Furious, that's fine, but they're not made for me. They're not my thing.
Yeah, I can understand why. I think they're fun and they're not they're by no means like the best like things ever, and they've not got this amazing story and like they're not they have like I can't explain it. Like, they've got like a different feel to them than other movies. They kind of just yeah, I don't know.
I just think they're the worst pieces of shit I've ever seen, and I didn't even see 7 because I couldn't. Because Fast and Furious 6 was the worst movie going experience of my life. Like I couldn't watch it. It was the worst.
Why did you watch it?
Because I had a group of friends and everyone's like, there was a couple movies out and a couple of people are obsessed with Fast and Furious. They're like, we're seeing that, and I'm like, oh my god. But like, I didn't hate them. I was just like, I don't want to watch them. I'm not a fan of Fast and Furious. I didn't mind like the first one back in the day. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. But then 6, I watched 6 and me and my mates were there and we're like, this is the worst shit I've ever seen. Like, we're all just making fun of it as we're watching. And it was horrible. Like, it was terrible. The whole thing was bad. It's just this. I could spend a whole podcast talking about how bad Fast and Furious 6 was, and I'll never watch 7. Like, I feel bad. Paul Walker died. Obviously, it's horrible, but that doesn't make me like a movie because the actor died. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To be fair, though, he was the only one I actually kind of liked of the whole movies as well.
Yeah.
It's like, and I'm like, how are they still going? I was like, maybe they'll. The only silver lining, I was kind of like, well, maybe they won't make Fast and the Furious movies anymore, but then they're still going to do it, and I'm like, god damn it. But there's plenty of fans of them. They fucking Fast and Furious 7 did well, so.
Yeah, and they're making another one for some reason.
Well, they're making 3 more. They're making 8, 9, and 10.
Oh, fuck you, Vin Diesel. Look, it needs to end. Like, 7 was a perfect fucking ending point. Like, just stop with it now.
I watched the ending, like, I went to YouTube just to watch, because I wanted to see, like, the Paul Walker ending. And I was like, oh, that was nice. Like, that was cool, but, like, I didn't want to watch this terrible plot line.
Yeah, they don't need to make any more. I don't know why this is happening. I don't know. Fucking Vin Diesel.
Like, all I expected from Fast and Furious 7 was The Rock and Vin Diesel just be crying and jacking each other off the whole time. That's what I expected. That's all I expected to be. Crying over Paul Walker and jacking each other off. Like, that's what I thought Fast and Furious 7 was going to be at first.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, well. Yeah.
In a nutshell. Ethan said about the life of Sid. Do you want to... should we have some form of discussion? I mean, we don't know much.
Before we talk about Life of Sid, because I do want to talk about that.
Okay.
In terms of movies, Star Wars, Force Awakens.
Okay.
How fucking good is that movie?
Oh, man. Just so good. Like, when you compare it to... Not even... I was gonna say when you compare it to the prequels, but it's good anyway. It's fucking great. Like... No, it was
favorite Star Wars movie.
fantastic. Really?
Yeah, it was my favorite Star Wars.
I think it's my second favorite, just because I fucking love Empire, and that's like nostalgia talking, I think.
True. Look, I think when I talk about that, I mean, I was born in fucking 95. The original trilogy was old when I was born.
Yeah.
You know, and by the way, spoilers, because it's been a month. If you haven't seen Star Wars, you clearly don't want to see Star Wars. No, we're spoiling Bonzo. Please don't spoil Star Wars.
It's been a month. Will you just fucking watch the movie? It's been a month. Get tickets and go and see it. Like,
it's the biggest movie of all time. If you haven't seen it, you haven't wanted to see it. If you're balls deep in Star Wars, you would have seen it on midnight at least, like I did.
Yeah, if you're trying to avoid spoilers, you would have seen it by now. Like, if you care that much, you would have seen the movie. Like, Jesus Christ, we're spoiling it. So leave.
Yeah. Like I said before. we're talking about Star Wars, and just because there's clearly how much money it's made, like there are 3 people in the world that haven't seen the movie, and they're still like, "Oh, don't spoil it." Well, everyone else has seen it, so we're going to talk about it. You can't dictate our conversations because you haven't been bothered. So, anyway, Star Wars Force Awakens spoilers coming. Um, like I thought, just because the original trilogy was old when I was born, so as much as I loved them, I love the original trilogy. They're amazing, amazing films, but they looked old. They looked like old movies ever since I first saw them because they were old when I was born. So
Well,
I don't
yeah,
have
yeah.
I don't have nostalgia like a person born in the 70s and
Well, of
80s
course,
do,
yeah, of course.
where
But I
they
remember
see
I
where
was
they
really
see them
invested in those, like the original trilogy, when I was younger. I fucking loved those, and I even loved the prequels. Wasn't obviously until I got older that I was like, yeah, these are actually shit.
Yeah, no, I was the exact same. I loved the prequels, but when I was a kid, I don't notice plot lines and acting. I'm like,
Yeah, same.
lightsabers, lasers, pew pew.
Fucking a hilarious lizard man. He's great.
Yeah.
Gotta love Jar Jar. No, I
So
fucking loved
that's
Jar Jar when I was a kid. Like he was, I
I,
found him hilarious. I was like, I love this guy. Like
I don't really remember if I liked him or not.
I had like a Jar Jar mask and shit when I was a kid. I love Jar Jar. Of course, I
Um,
understand the
I don't really remember.
decisions there that were wrong.
I loved the pod racing. Like as a kid, like I loved the prequels. But as I got older, someone goes, "The prequels are shit," and I'm like, "Really?" I'm like, "No, they're not. What are you talking about?" And then I went back and rewatched them. I'm like, "Oh my god,
I know.
what? 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 What?"
I mean, the
Like it
visual effects are
destroyed
good,
everything.
and the battles are good and stuff like that. But the plot
No, then
lines, the
watch them again,
acting,
man.
and
Watch
that
them
is
again.
boring as fuck. What
After
do you,
watching Force
no, like,
Awakens,
oh yeah,
watch
yeah.
Attack of the
Well,
Clones.
of course,
They
yeah. Compared to the Force Awakens, of course, but compared to the original trilogy,
No, I
like
think they look. No, I
the
reckon
battle with Darth
I'd
Maul at
rather
the end
watch
of
the
the
original.
Phantom Menace
Yeah,
is
but I'm talking about like battles,
great.
like if you're talking about the clone battles, like the clones look CGI as hell.
Oh
Like it
no,
looks
yeah, yeah,
terrible.
fuck
Video
that. Like,
games look better than the prequels do.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think I like the lightsaber battles, like between like Anakin and Obi-Wan and the Revenge of the Sith. I love that. That was great.
Yeah, like the CGI in those movies are horrible. Like you can clearly tell in the prequels, even at Anakin and Obi-Wan's battle, as cool as choreographed as that is, um, you can tell they're on a fucking green screen the whole time. It
Well,
just
of
looks
course, yeah.
ridiculous around them. Like it looks like they're in a poorly rendered video game. And there's just people in it. Like I'm like, Jesus Christ, that looks bad.
Yeah, I suppose. I suppose. I mean, there's a lot of things in the prequels. Like, I don't completely hate the prequels.
Mm.
Like, there's some stuff that I enjoy from them. I don't completely hate them, but then they're nowhere near as good as the original trilogy, and definitely the Force Awakens.
Yeah, and I think like sure the Force Awakens had similarities, plenty of, to A New Hope, but I think it had the heart of A New Hope and things from Empire and things from Jedi involved. You got
Mm.
more Sith details, plus you had all this nostalgia in it. But I also think these new characters were so different that it was a totally different take on it. And in some sense, it's not just a new movie, it's almost like a remake and reboot because it's been over 30 years or 30 years since A New Hope came out. So now for this new generation, they most of them for like kids now wouldn't have seen those movies, so to them it's not old. And as well
Mm.
because it's the first of like the we're being paid back for the shithouse prequels. So
Mm.
there's a lot there's a lot to think about, I guess, with going forward. But hopefully, from now on, it's going to be great, as in like different. They're going to try new things. It's going to be crazy, crazy, crazy. But in
Hmm.
terms of Force Awakens, for me, it's my favorite Star Wars movie. And it got, but like the first time I watched it, I was so unsure. Like it took me a while. I needed to digest it. So much happens in 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Like it goes so fast. There's so much to take in, so much to think about. And because you have so many, even though you try not to have any expectations, you have so many expectations
Yeah.
for characters, for what you want to see them do. And because you don't know enough, you don't know what you want, but you want something. So
Mm.
going out, you have to digest it. And then going back in again, you know what to expect more, and then you can kind of just enjoy it more. The second viewing was my favorite. And I just think because of it not only had the better visual effects with using more practical stuff, yet it's a modern looking movie. The acting was shitted on all Star Wars movies, way better. Like the originals,
Hmm.
you know, Harrison Ford's probably the only really good actor in any of the Star Wars movies in the originals.
Yeah.
Like, let's face Mark Hamill is a great voice actor. He's not like he's the best actor, and Carrie Fisher's not that great in any of them, even Force Awakens. But my
Yeah.
God, Ray, Poe, Finn, and Kylo Ren, those were so well acted by those guys.
Yeah, it was
You know,
fantastic.
Daisy Ridley, Oscar Isaac, and Adam Driver, and all those guys. It was really incredible. And I thought the acting was great. I thought the movie was great. Sure, it had similarities, but I don't care. It's Star Wars.
Yeah, I think
It's
for
not
me it was
stealing. It's not like
mirroring, in a way, A New Hope, but setting up a new trilogy by giving us those similarities to the original trilogy, and then not 5 and 6, fucking 8 and 9 are not going to be like Empire and Jedi. They'll be like new movies, and they'll
I
like
agree.
just evolve what we've already got.
And I told you this before I saw the movie. I go to you. So I reckon after I see the movie, Daisy Ridley's wife. She's in love with her. So everyone can stay away. She's mine. I just need to move to England and try to meet her. But I guess in terms of the movie, I think I love the lightsaber battle way more in this than any others. My favorite lightsaber
Yeah.
battle between Kylo Ren and Rey, way better, more realistic, but still pretty cool and new. Like, it was amazing.
It was like
It
a
was
combination
simple.
of the prequels and the trilogy, original
Yeah,
trilogy.
yeah. And I lost my shit because I thought it was amazing. In fucking 4 minutes, because I timed
Hmm.
this on my phone because I wanted to know how long it took. In 4 minutes, Poe and Finn were more believable and better friends that I loved and was invested in than 3 movies of Anakin and Obi-Wan.
Yeah,
It
definitely.
took 4 minutes for me to go, oh fuck, I love those two together. They're fucking
Yeah,
bros.
when
Like
they were in
what?
that fucking TIE fighter, I
They're
loved
together.
that bit.
They're together for 4 minutes of screen time, and when they reunite at the Rebel base, I'm like, oh my God, that's so amazing. Oh,
I
I'm gonna
know.
cry. The
It
bros
was
are
great.
back. And then you have 3 movies of like Anakin and Obi-Wan, and they get to the end and fight each other, and you're just kind of like, cool fight, because that overdoes
Yeah.
the actual. You're not emotionally invested in it. You're just like visually invested in it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think with the prequels, I think the best part was, for me, was Ewan McGregor. I think he did a great job with that.
Agreed.
I think he was one of the
Yeah.
best parts of the prequels. He was a great actor, and he played Obi-Wan great, and
Yeah.
yeah, I think he was fantastic in the prequels.
I'd love to see just an Obi-Wan movie.
Yeah, definitely. So would I.
Between 3 and 4 with Ewan. He was
Oh,
amazing.
that'd be
He's a great
fucking
actor, and he did
great.
such a good job. To me, I agree. Best part of the prequels. I like him better than what's the guy's name that plays Obi-Wan in original?
Alec Guinness.
Alec Guinness. Like, I love Alec Guinness, but I
He
like
hated
him
Star
better.
Wars.
Did he really?
Yeah, in all the interviews, whenever he talks about it, he hated Star Wars. So it's disappointing, but you know.
Well, oh well. Ewan McGregor loves it, so.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and I love that they use Alec Guinness's voice when he goes Ray, and then they get Ewan McGregor to go
Oh
these
yeah, yeah.
steps.
That was
Um,
fantastic. That's brilliant.
Yeah, so who do you think the question is, who's Ray? Who do you
Oh,
think?
Luke's daughter.
No, I'd agree. I'd agree.
Definitely. Because her, like, when she touches the lightsaber, she's obviously a Skywalker. Because Anakin had that, Luke had that. She's gotta be a Skywalker.
Now, this is a theory I have though,
Okay.
and this is possible. The opening scene was supposed to be Luke's hand holding the lightsaber floating through space. Because the last time we saw it, it got cut off and fell down Cloud City.
Wait, what the fuck? Wait, what are you talking about?
Luke's hand with the lightsaber.
Okay.
That lightsaber hasn't been seen since the end of Empire.
Yeah, he lost it on Bespin when he was fighting Darth Vader.
Yeah. So now it's floating through space. The hand.
Okay.
That was supposed to be, it's a deleted scene,
Okay.
and it was supposed to be the opening.
Okay.
of the movie was supposed to be the hand floating through space holding the lightsaber. Now, a
Okay.
theory is that someone got a hold, because we don't know when it was floating through space. We don't know how long ago it was. We just know that at the time of Force Awakens, Maz Kanata has the lightsaber.
Yes.
So there's a theory out there that someone had the hand and took the DNA and cloned Luke, but genetically altered it to be a female Rey's Luke clone as a
The
female.
fuck? Yeah, yeah, no.
I don't know, man.
I don't think that's weird.
Well, who would
Mm,
he have, like? Who did he fuck to have a kid?
I don't know. Leia. No, I don't know. I don't know. But no, it seems weird that it would be like Luke, but Luke's a female, and they. Yeah, I don't know. I think it makes more sense for him to be. Well, no, well, yeah, I suppose. I suppose I don't think they expect you to be like, yeah, who did Luke like? uh, Like who was Luke with? I don't think they expect you to kind of question that. I think it's just the fact that it happened at some point.
Well, I expect you to question something because we still don't know who she is.
I'm sticking with Luke's daughter.
Look, I would prefer that. I'm just saying. It's a
Yeah. Did you see
possibility.
that theory that Luke posted on Twitter a while back about um what was it about? It was about Kylo Ren being actually being on Luke's side, but Luke gave him a mission to be able to kill Snoke, and that's why he's so conflicted. And he is like on Luke's side, and no one else knows about it. And he basically like left his family. He's trying to get into like basically get into Kill Lord's like Supreme Leader Snoke because he's like this really awful guy, and Luke was like he needed to make a sacrifice. And that's why Luke's in hiding because he gave Kylo Ren this mission, and to fully complete his training in the dark side, you have to kill someone that you love or something like that, don't you? So he says like, "Will you help me?" He's like, "I know what I need to do, but I don't know whether I can do it." To Han Solo, and he's like, "Will you help me?" And then Han Solo says yes, and then they hold the lightsaber, and then he kills Han Solo, and it's kind of
Yeah.
like that, like he's like, "I really don't want to do this, but I know I have to," so he does it so that he can work his way perfectly into the dark side, and so that he's like, so Lord Snoke trusts him completely, like, and Luke knows that was the most awful thing he could have asked him to do, so he goes into hiding, and like it all kind of adds up in a way, and yeah, I don't know, there was a big part of the theory, not entirely sure what it was, but it's a great theory. Like when you read the whole thing, it all adds up really, really well.
Yeah, I've thought about that as well, like something similar, like some sort of double agent thing. It's possible. I think I'd
Mm,
like to see something different. Um, I'm cool to just kind of chill back now and just wait and see.
yeah.
There's a lot that needs to be answered, and I'd agree with you. I think there's a lot of possibilities with Kylo Ren, but I do think Rey is Luke's daughter. However, it's not that there's not other possibilities though.
Mm,
Like if she's not, I'm not like, oh my god, I can't believe it. Like, yeah. So we'll see.
yeah.
But it was amazing. Was it your favorite movie last year?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, yeah. It was amazing.
Mm.
Lived up to all the hype in my view.
Yeah, it was fantastic. I'm wondering, how do you think, like, because if Kylo Ren isn't like a double agent or whatever, because I mean something else is when he says, when he says to the mask of Darth Vader, he's like, "I'll finish what you started." Anakin essentially brought balance to the Force, so maybe he's talking about that, like, I'll
You're
finish the
right.
whole bringing balance to the Force, what you started, that kind of thing. But if he's not, and if he's not a double agent, if he is actually been turned to the dark side, which to me that didn't make sense. Why would he be turned to the dark side? Like, what reason would it be? Like, surely Luke told him what happened to Vader. Like,
Well,
did Snoke really
supposedly,
go, "Oh, your great grandfather was the dark side, so for sure join us"? And he
well,
was like, "Okay."
supposedly in another deleted scene, or not deleted scene, but something that they were supposed to film was
Mm-hmm.
Hayden Christensen.
Ah, yes.
He was supposed to be there and do some scenes,
Mm-hmm.
And supposedly the Force ghost of Anakin is supposed to be conflicted as well, like a split personality.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a good and a dark side.
Uh-huh.
So one talks to and dominates Kylo Ren's thoughts. But because they didn't put it in there, clearly there might be to it. I prefer your idea of
Yeah.
that it's actually Anakin's is still in the light and yeah, and it's a
Yeah,
secret
yeah.
mission. But we'll see.
I
Like
prefer that.
perhaps Snoke's manipulating his Kylo Ren's thoughts and even manipulating what he sees visually. Like as Ghost, perhaps he's that powerful
Yeah.
with the dark side. Who knows?
Hmm. So who do you think Snoke is?
I think it could be Plagueis.
Yeah, that's my
Um,
main theory.
could also be. I wouldn't be like if they made it the Emperor. I'd be like, it's a bit stupid, but like not
Yeah.
shocking. But it could be just someone that they're yet to explain. But I'm gonna go with Plagueis. Makes the most sense
Yeah,
and would
definitely.
fit better.
We'll explain why he's so powerful as well. And why everyone like is like, fuck, not him. Like, do you think that Luke will die in the next film? Or even in the last one? Or do you think he'll
I
survive
think
it all?
I think they all need to die,
Hmm.
just because they're old as fuck.
Yeah.
That's why I was totally in agreement that Han Solo needed to die. I was like, yeah, good. You know, like
Yeah.
he had a great run. Harrison Ford performed it so fucking good for his age. I loved Han Solo in this movie, and they sent him off on top. Like
Yeah,
he had
definitely.
nothing left to do. He had nothing left to prove. He passed the torch on amazingly. Did a great job once again. Showed us why Han Solo is amazing, and
Hmm.
that was that to me. He didn't need to do anything else. He had nothing left to prove. He's a
Mm.
character that I'm surprised lived this long in the Star Wars universe. Um, and they're all the Carrie Fisher and Mark Hamill are very old. You don't want to lose them in real life before you can finish with them in Star Wars. So
Yeah.
because you can't recast, you know, it's just you can't do it.
Yeah, definitely you can't do that.
So I just think,
Mm.
yeah, it's a matter of yeah, getting it done and maybe getting rid of him.
Yeah, do
I'd
you
say
think Luke will be more like Yoda in the next movie? Or do you think he'll get more involved?
I think he'll definitely be more involved, but I think we're going to be surprised. I think we're all assuming he'll be Yoda. He'll just be like Yoda. But I feel like
Hmm.
we don't have no idea what's going through Luke's mind. No idea. It's just speculation. How are the worlds going to react to this?
Yeah.
There's so much that he could be planning,
Hmm.
so I don't know.
Yeah, he could like I think someone said what if they had Luke versus Snoke
Nah.
somehow? Because
What's
I
what's
was imagining if Rey was fighting Kylo Ren and then Snoke showed up. Like if Rey was winning, then Snoke showed up and it was like shit, Rey's got to fight both of them, and then Luke shows up and he just like uses like immense like force powers and
see?
just
I
like
did, and
fuck shit up.
I don't see someone because let's face the reality here. Snoke is way more powerful than Luke.
What if Luke
Um,
dies? What if Luke gives
well,
up a good
that's how I'd
fight,
see.
Rey escapes, then Luke dies?
That's how I'd see it happening. If Luke could die, I could only see him being beaten by. Because if Snoke is Plagueis,
Hmm.
then he is way more powerful than Luke, and
Hmm.
way more powerful. Like Rey would be nothing to him.
Yeah,
You
definitely.
know what I mean? Like this guy is the most powerful Sith ever, and he's living forever. And he could just fucking destroy Rey with his little finger, and Kylo Ren too.
Mm.
So Luke would be like a challenge, but he would still destroy him. You know what I mean?
Mm. How do you think they're gonna like finish him? Like, cause if he is Plagueis,
Not that Luke's not strong. Not that Luke's not strong.
mm.
Luke's would be the best one of the best Jedi ever. But Snoke is the greatest Sith of all time,
Yeah, cause
and has had
like I
hundreds
think
more years.
at this point that Luke is at now, he is matched with Yoda, if not more powerful than Yoda. However, Yoda found it extremely difficult to fight the Emperor. He lost against the Emperor in Revenge of the Sith. I think Luke at this point that he's at now would probably put up a good fight against the Emperor and defeat him, like, well. However, Snoke is
You think
way
that
more powerful than the
Luke
Emperor.
would be more powerful than Yoda?
I think so.
I don't.
I think he
I,
would be. I think Luke, like,
he's never even been properly trained though, like by
but
Jedi. Like,
Yoda was restricted by the Jedi code, whereas Luke isn't. With the new Jedi, after like post prequels, like the new Jedi, so with Luke, he's not restricted by the Jedi code, so like the whole anger thing and like you can't love. He's not restricted by any of that stuff because I'm pretty sure they threw that away because
did
Luke.
they though?
Well, I mean, Luke realized at the end of Return of the Jedi because Palpatine tried to use the Jedi code against Luke with like the whole now you've started down the path of the dark side because you used anger to defeat Darth Vader, and Luke was like, no, I literally used anger because I was trying to save my friends and defeat you. And Luke kind of realizes that that's like not a bad thing. He reacted the way you should react and used it in the correct way, and so he didn't turn to the dark side, whereas Anakin, when he did the same thing as Luke, he did turn to the dark side because he was so pressured by the Jedi code in the time during the prequels. So I think with Luke, because he's not as restricted by that code as Yoda was, I feel like he could potentially be more powerful.
See, I don't know if I buy that though. Like, I feel like the Jedi code only like that would deliver the greatest Jedi would be that code, and that code itself also is so challenging because to be at the pinnacle of it is to be the strongest. Whereas when you have more freedom, sure, you have more freedom, but you don't have the discipline, you have more distractions. Like, I just don't see how someone like Yoda, with the most discipline, hundreds and hundreds of years of training and knowledge of the Force, and Luke, who never really ever had proper training other than from fucking ghosts and a dying Yoda, could become more powerful than him.
But
It's
he's
just
a Skywalker though, so like they're already more powerful. Like the fact that Anakin
than
was
Yoda, man.
conceived
Yoda's.
by these fucked up weird midichlorians that were created in the prequels that really don't
What
matter,
are you
but
talking about?
that was a thing.
Midichlorians don't exist. Midichlorians don't exist. What are you fucking talking
Yeah, we don't talk about those.
about? Well, that's what I was gonna say. I was like, that's why I don't like Mars Kanata, because she talks about the Force and she's like, the Force is all around us. Okay, Mars. No, it's not. We know it's midichlorians in our DNA. Okay, it's definitely not all around us. That's not how the Force works. Lol jokes. I hate midichlorians. Yeah, well, that's Star Wars talk for you.
Well, I
Wow,
think maybe
that's two top
the
fives in the last hour. We've done two top fives.
Fallout than Star Wars. I think the midichlorian thing. I think maybe that's to do with different people's perception of the Force. So, the way Obi-Wan explains it, so the midichlorians were a thing that were taught to the Jedi, whereas when Obi-Wan explains the Force to Luke, he explains it in a way that he sees the Force. So rather than explaining, oh, it's with these midichlorians, that kind of thing, he just explains the Force is all around us and like that kind of thing, because that's how Obi-Wan sees it. So that's how he teaches it to Luke.
Look, I'm not trying to explain myself the bullshit the prequels feed me. I just pretend now. Like, this is the thing. We don't have to talk about the prequels anymore. It's done. We now have new movies to talk about. We can enjoy the fact that we love the old Star Wars movies, and we have these awesome new ones. We don't even need to acknowledge the prequels anymore.
The script for The Phantom Menace was an original script that George Lucas wrote in 1975.
I don't buy that.
So it could have been Seven New Hope. Could have had The Phantom Menace.
I just don't buy that he had all those concepts. Because
he had everything. He said, because I watched an interview about no, it wasn't The New Hope. I think it was sometime, it was before the prequels. And he said that people talked about asked him about the Jedi, and he was like, well, I have all these concepts that were that I've written out so that I have everything set up for the movie. Because he said he doesn't like starting at the beginning. That's why he started with Episode 4, because he wanted to start during the middle. But he had everything, like all the ideas and like how everything worked in the Republic and stuff written up in short paragraphs, like backstories for Anakin, backstories for Obi-Wan, and all that stuff before he made A New Hope.
But he wouldn't have come up with Darth Maul. He wouldn't have come up with
Pod Racing, of course not.
or
No,
Tatooine,
no,
or that's all just bullshit he came up with for terribly written fan service because he's an idiot, and also obsession with making money off of toys.
Yeah,
which was what he was a lot about. Yeah, but I don't need to acknowledge the fucking old movies anymore. It's done. the original trilogy, and we got great new movies, and Anakin and Obi-Wan existed in the past, because that's really the only thing that mattered.
Mm.
We can move on. We don't need
Yeah.
to concern ourselves with that.
Yeah. Also, I want to point something else out. How did the clone troopers who were like really accurate go from that to the stormtroopers which can't shoot for shit?
They were alright in Force Awakens, though, weren't they?
I suppose, but you remember that scene with Rey in the forest where there was that stormtrooper and like it was like shooting at her and didn't get her, and I was like, yeah, she's gonna survive. That's a fucking stormtrooper.
Well, I thought it was
But they
kind
were
of like
better.
I
They
thought
were
it was
better,
kind of like
definitely. But
homage to
yeah, that's what I
to
thought as well.
a kind of throwback, like, oh, lol, remember this?
Yeah, they were definitely way better in the Force Awakens.
And you can
But
just go, oh, it's just the Force making them miss. You know what I mean? Like, it was just the Force is all around us. It willed it. It
Am
willed
I
it
the
to
only one
happen.
that hated Maz as a character?
What, did
She
you
looked
hate her?
like yeah,
I
she was like some animated CGI thing taken out of like a Disney movie for me.
Yeah,
She was
but
thrown in there,
like,
she was meant to have way more lines that J.J. Abrams cut because the actor who did all the motion capture was shit, apparently.
I don't believe that at all. Like, I believe that she had more. The actress that played Maz Kanata is a critically acclaimed actress. She's very good.
That's what J.J. Abrams said. He said the acting wasn't like the acting wasn't right. So
Did you
he took
hear him
everything
say
out.
that?
It was in an interview.
Did you hear him say
I
that?
read it.
Okay, I don't believe that shit.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I need to hear that. I just don't believe that. I thought she was great. I thought she was a great
Yeah.
character. And like, look, this is another thing I said. It's the same reason like how bad Carrie Fisher's acting was in this. They gave me so much to like. I can look past like two things. There's barely any CGI. So I'm like, one CGI character. Wow, that's a billion times better than the prequels. Like, they gave me so much to like. I can look past things like that.
Yeah. Oh fucking hell, Carrie Fisher. She was like she didn't even play Princess Leia. Like it was just Carrie Fisher in the movie. Like whereas Harrison Ford was Han Solo. Like he nailed it.
Yeah, well, Carrie Fisher was never that good. Let's be honest. Like
Yeah.
it was a time where you could get away with poor acting because there was just kind of the way.
Mm.
Yeah, Carrie Fisher was just like Carrie Fisher with Botox. That's all it was. There's a lot of Botox going on there. I'm like,
Do you think
Jesus.
because what reason does she have to like die in the next movies? Like she's just kind of sitting around
I
in a
don't think
rebel
she'll
base.
die. I
like-
think she'll just kind of like be when they move on. She'll just kind of be like, oh, she died of old age. Like I just don't see her dying. Like you can't kill Leia.
Yeah.
Whereas Luke, you can definitely kill him in battle or something.
Mm.
But
Yeah,
it's,
yeah. What do you think they're doing after episode 9? Do you think they'll do more main Star Wars movies, or do you think they'll leave it, or like...
I don't know.
What do you think they'll do?
I don't know.
Because
I'm
to
just
me,
gonna- I'm
having
just
like
gonna-
episode 10, 11, and 12 is like, they're really dragging this on a bit.
I'm just gonna enjoy this great trilogy. I think it'll be, and worry about that when they finish 9, and we kind of maybe can see where they're going.
Yeah, what do you think we're going to get in terms of Star Wars games? Because Battlefront, that's there, but we don't need to talk about
Terrible. Oh my god!
that. Oh, it's fucking shit.
Good for an hour, and then it's like, well, that's the content. That's it. Oh, cool. Well, I'm done.
Star Wars
Go back
Battlefront
down.
2 was so good. Like,
Yeah, there's more you can do with Battlefront. Like, just hopefully one day they'll. Yeah, I don't know if I just don't think I could bring myself to pay them more money for a Battlefront ever again.
oh no, fuck that. I'm not definitely not doing that. Not paying for the season pass. I didn't even pay for this game. It just came with my PlayStation 4, so I was just like, okay,
Oh, okay.
I have it now. But I didn't fucking like pay extra to get it.
Yeah, yeah. So I don't know. I don't know where. I think in terms of games, I don't really care that much. I'm not, hopefully something good, but I'm more looking at side movies. Like, there's a Han Solo spin-off, which I'd like. So many other ones you can do other than a Han Solo spin-off. It's not like you're using Harrison Ford. You have to recast and shit. Like, it's a
Yeah.
bit.
Which is,
Meh.
I mean,
do
they could
something
do
like
Obi-Wan, and get Ewan McGregor,
That's-
which would be amazing.
that. To me is the best thing they could do. I'm like, you've got the actor that plays him, and he's like the only one that's loved, and you've got this whole big time span you could be doing stuff you could work with.
They'll do a young
Rogue-
Anakin movie, a pod racing movie.
Jesus fucking Christ, that'll go well. You can do.
Nah, they'll never do that.
Yeah, you can do plenty of stuff with Obi-Wan, or Rogue One looks good. There's a whole lot of stuff. You
They're
can
doing
do
a Boba
Darth
Fett
Vader. You
movie,
could
aren't
do
they, in 2020?
Yeah, they are doing Boba Fett. And you could do a
Yeah.
bloody Darth Vader movie. How much span of time did Darth Vader do shit? You know, between 3 and 4.
Yeah, yeah, they could do.
It's a lot you could do with Vader. A lot you do with. It's not like you need an actor to do it. You just need a voice and a body in a suit. You know.
Yeah.
So there's a lot. There's definitely a lot there. You can do the old Republic. Like you can go back in canon lore for side movies. So, and I wouldn't even mind seeing one movie. I don't. I was about to say with what happened with Kylo Ren and stuff, but I just feel like that's all going to be explained and irrelevant with 8 and 9. Like they'll kind of explain, and you'll realize that where we don't need to see that because they fully explain that maybe Kylo Ren did it because he's undercover and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, we don't need more prequels. Just they'll
You're right. No, you're right.
they'll make prequels that fit in between Return of the Jedi and The Force Awakens. They'll make another 3 movies.
Prequels of sequels, but the sequels of prequels
Oh, Jesus.
that are also the sequels of the originals
Jesus. The fuck?
that lead into the new sequels as they are prequels.
Yeah, same.
Just same. Fuck you, man.
Oh, that was a lot of Star Wars. We always talk about fucking Star Wars.
Always, man. Always, 100%. Jesus.
Wow.
Oh, that's Star Wars. Do we even have time to talk about 2016 things? Quick list of 2016. There's things like I'm excited about. God damn, I've lost the list. There's a new Hitman, fucking new UFC 2 coming out in March. I'm fucking so keen for that. And we've got things like, oh, here we go. I found it. The Division, Far Cry Primal, Mass Effect Andromeda, which I'm very, very, very excited for. That's my number 1.
Yeah.
And then possibly an
Still
Assassin's
need to
Creed we
play
just
Mass
don't know yet.
Effect.
Wait, what?
I told you this before. We've discussed this before.
Have we?
Yeah,
You've
I've never
never
played
played
Mass
Mass
Effect. I've played Mass Effect 3. A little bit. I dabbled in it, but then I was like, I haven't played the first 2, so I feel bad, and then I would never go around to it. So I'm gonna do it eventually.
You can't play Mass Effect.
Oh, fucking stream it. That's what I'll do. But I still need to do Kingdom Hearts.
I was
as
about to say, please just do Kingdom.
Oh, I can do it now on this channel. Oh, yes.
Please,
So
just
fucking excited to get back into that. Just killed fucking. I did that. Not killed, but I did that fucking. The Dark Riku. Oh my god, that fucking boss battle. My reaction when I finish it though is
crying. Just crying.
I'm like shaking, and I was like, "Oh my god, I fucking did it! I fucking did it!" Oh no, I did that so many times. I was so no, Jesus.
You've still got so much to do. I love how you like the ending. I'm like, oh my god.
I thought I was at the end. I thought
You're
I
not
was
even
right at the
close.
end. Like, fuck. Well, I'll
There's
get there
like
eventually.
7 endings.
Fuck. And then I've
There's
got
more
like,
endings in this than Return of the King.
how many fucking games do I have left? Because there's a bunch of other ones that I need to play. I'm gonna be at this for a while.
Kingdom Hearts side games.
Good thing that Kingdom Hearts 3 doesn't come out for a while. And then I'm all
Well,
good.
you got a year, but you got about a year and a half, so let's figure it out. For sure,
Yeah.
figure it out.
Still need to get Kingdom Hearts 2.8 when that comes out for the PS4.
Yeah, my god, I love
Gonna
Kingdom
play
Hearts so
that.
much.
What does that have on it? That has like, does it have Dream Drop Distance on it? I think.
Yeah, it does. That's the only one you need to play from.
The rest of them, there's like another one which is like some weird side game that's weird. Like it's not even
Don't.
like a
Just-
canon
just
thing. It's
Dream
weird.
Drop Distance. To me, the only ones you have to play is 1, 2, Dream Drop Distance.
I'm gonna play all of them anyway.
Because Dream Drop Distance is about the like it'll help to play all of them, but Dream Drop Distance literally is 2.5 because it's
Yeah.
about Sora and Riku. You play Sora and Riku after 2 that leads into 3.
Yeah, I'm still gonna play them all anyways. I wanna
Yeah.
know where. I don't know whether I put it on the order. Did I? But I put the order for Kingdom Hearts 1, Chain of Memories, Kingdom Hearts 2, 358 by 2 Days, Birth by Sleep, Fragmented Passage, Recoded. That's what's on this list so far. I don't really know where that comes into context.
Dream Drop,
I wrote this.
Dream Drop Distance is the last one before 3.
So I should play Dream Drop Distance after
Last.
everything.
Correct.
Okay, I will put that in there. So there we go.
That's a great game. Dream Drop Distance. That's a great game.
What's Fragmented Passage?
No idea. And I
Why
love
is that on
Kingdom
this
Hearts more
list?
than one. I don't know. Get rid of it.
Okay.
Birth by Sleep's one you need to play.
Yeah,
I mean,
I've got
some
that
of those
here.
and the other Dream Drop Distance would be a good one to play to add to some lore of it, but the rest are kind of filler. That's on that list.
Well, I'll play them all anyways.
Yeah, yeah, may as well. And movies of 2015, there is Assassin's Creed,
Yes.
which who knows? Well, I need to see a trailer before I can think of like
Yeah, so do
I
I. I
don't
mean,
know
what
how
from
they've
what I've
filmed it.
seen, and from what I've heard and what I've seen, like the screenshots and stuff like that, it's looking up. Because I mean,
Oh,
my expectations are already like in the ground for a video game movie.
true, agreed.
So from what I've seen, it's like okay, fair enough. Maybe they can prove me wrong, but I mean, I haven't seen anything, so I haven't even seen
I'd
trailers, so
love
I
them to.
can't comment. But I'd love it as well.
I'd love it to be good. I just have horrible in the earth
Yeah,
buried
I'm
expectations.
just there like,
But
oh, they're gonna
you've
do all these weird things that are gonna be really horrible. But if they can just take the theme of Assassin's Creed and make a movie based on those themes and not be so focused on the games, and be like, this is a game, just make a movie based on Animus, Ancestor, Assassin vs Templars. That's it. That's all you need. Then make a movie, and
yeah,
maybe it'll be good if they can do it with that. I mean, I don't know, but I'm
yeah.
staying open about it. I'm not gonna say it's shit until I've seen anything, but
Agreed. I think the things that look up on it is the fact that you've got a good actor in Fassbender, and
yeah,
from all the
definitely.
screenshots I saw, not much green screen. Like
Yeah, yeah.
it was a lot of on location shoots, and I love that practical effects, not reliance on just CGI things and
Mm.
in post fix it. You know, really trying to make it feel real. So we'll see what happens. I'd like to see a trailer just so I can see how it's filmed. It's kind of a story of where they're going, and
Yeah.
just kind of give me a bit of a feel for what it looks like. Because right now we don't know anything, so we'll see.
Yeah.
Um,
Do you think they're gonna keep the modern day like they do with the games, where they don't talk about it till the movie's out, or do you think they'll include modern day in
yeah,
the
I
trailer?
agree. I think they will include some one day in the trailer just because people who they want to bring people in who don't play the video games but watch movies.
Hmm.
So they'll kind of introduce it as a concept of like the animus, but not like they won't talk about the real detail and the juice that is modern day for those hardcore fans.
Hmm. When do you
What
think the modern day takes place?
no idea.
Do you think it'll be pre
Uh,
Desmond or post Desmond?
Post Desmond.
Okay.
But yeah, at this point, no idea. Just have to wait and see. I have on the list for 2016 movies because I said 2015 before when I meant 2016.
Okay.
Assassin's Creed at number 5 just because we don't know shit about it, so it's not higher.
Hmm.
Number 4 is X-Men Apocalypse.
Okay.
Number 3 is Deadpool. Oh my god, I'm excited for Deadpool. Number 2 is Star Wars Rogue One,
Hmm.
and number 1 is Captain America: Civil War.
Okay. Sounds like a good
My
list.
god, have you seen the Civil War trailer?
I did see this whole trailer. That looks great.
Oh my god, jizzing my pants. And also in 2016, as people are saying on the stream, Life of Sid.
Oh, of course. Life of Sid. We've got to talk about that.
Yep, yep,
We don't even know
yep.
anything about it. We don't know much about it. Other than I think Ethan said it's like a comedy kind of thing where it's got like Connor's the main character, but I don't know anything else other than that. But I'm hyped for it.
Hmm. I mean, yes, I mean, I am too. Certainly, I'm in it. I get to be in it this time.
Oh, so do
Cool.
I. I'm ready.
Yep.
I'm ready for
I've
that.
already done some voice acting, so fuck yeah.
Oh, fuck, are you kidding me? I haven't even started. Ethan's like, "Can you do this, James?" And I'm like, "For sure," and then I forget. Definitely gonna do it today. I'll do it. Definitely. I hope.
Yep. Ace just said, "What about Rogue One?" I'm like, that was number 2. I already said it. And Deadpool is not overrated. What are you talking? Deadpool looks fucking amazing. My God. But well, back to Life of Sid.
Life of Sid.
So do you know what you're doing in it yet?
Um. Well, hang on. Let me see if Ethan told me. Yeah, I don't think he said exactly what I'm doing. Oh, I'm a sat nav.
And we can't talk like we don't want to spoil too much. So it's more
Yeah,
of
of
just
course
let's keep the hype going
Mm-hmm.
and get prepared for Life of Sid because I know
yeah.
filming's in progress for this movie. The hype is real, and I look forward to doing more work with Ethan on it and just hearing more, seeing trailers.
Yeah, I can't wait. I would definitely, I think, probably do another pre-release stream like I did with Swag, because that was amazing.
And I'll be on this one maybe, hopefully.
Finally, we're trying to get you on the last one, but then you're like, no,
I
you
was
were
at
like
work.
asleep, and then you were. Wait, so you were at work, And then you
I
were
was
asleep. Like, wait, okay, hang on.
I was
What?
asleep, and then I woke up and went straight to work. And
Oh,
you
so you didn't. I guess you didn't get any
and you
messages.
you were streaming when like I was asleep, and then
Okay.
you're like, "Come on, now that you're awake." I'm like, "I'm going to work, bro." Good planning. You were telling me while the stream was happening. Come
Yeah,
on, the
it was kind
stream.
of like last at the last minute. I was like, Tyler, be a part of this, and then it was like, no, no planning
Uh,
involved at all. But yeah, we'll probably do that next time, and we'll get some people on that are involved in it, and that'll be a cool little pre-release stream, and then everyone can go ahead and watch Life is Sid when it's out, and that's gonna be good.
Phenomenal. So on the list, the only thing I still have left in the podcast is Tyler's Tales.
Ooh, Tyler.
That's of we have to put in, I guess. So I have heard back from Corey about 2 hours ago. I
Okay.
just didn't say anything.
Okay.
He said, yeah, of course, I can talk about it
Yes.
because Corey doesn't give a fuck about anything, and has no shame. So this is, I've told you the story already, James. I'll try not to make it quite as long as what I told you because like half an hour.
Oh, it went on for ages, but it's a
It's
good
a
story.
long story.
It's a good story.
So for those of you who don't know, who are new to the Kill Connor Club podcast, Tyler's Tales is where I tell my crazy, weird adventure stories of things that happen in my life that are just ridiculously stupid, crazy. Began from the Bieber story, me singing Justin Bieber in front of 200 people at a karaoke night when I was drunk in Florence, Italy. Because a waiter called me Bieber, and I went 4 days of being called Bieber by friends until I realized I had to get up and prove them wrong. Well, not prove them wrong, or prove them right, in fact, and own it. And that became a legendary story of the podcast. And then I kept telling more stories, and it became this segment. And this is the last Italy story I've got. We're going back, throwback to Italy again. It's had several stories. The Vespa story, the ghost story, and now the Corey getting stalked story. Well,
Oh, yeah.
Corey and myself getting stalked. This is the end, I think, of the Italy. Actually, there is one more. No, I'm wrong. I'm totally wrong. There's a lifetime of stories from that fucking trip.
Okay.
So essentially, this story is, yeah, Corey gets stalked, but in fact, I got stalked too in a way, and so
But
did
the
everyone.
the setup for this story takes like a year to explain. Because you told me the setup, and I was like, oh, that was a great story. And you're like, no, man, that's just the setup. I'm like,
That's just
What?
setting up the story. Yeah.
like
Okay,
what
so,
the fuck? Okay.
So, let me just say it this way. Corey's given me permission to tell this story, so I'm going to tell it. But I'm not going to use anyone else's name except Corey's. Just to be nice and kind, because I have no ill feelings towards anyone. In the story I did, but I don't, anymore. It's a fucking funny story, so it's awesome. But at the time it was a bit more annoying. So Corey, we're in Italy. Corey wanted to get laid, is essentially the key here. We're men, we're animals. He wanted to get laid, So there was a girl on our trip that was, because we're on a tour. There was one of the girls. She seemed nice, no offense to her. Not the most attractive girl I've ever seen. I wasn't interested in her in that way, but she seemed like a very nice person. I chatted to her, so it was like, I don't know, fifth night, still in Florence, night after karaoke. I wasn't sure if I was even going to go out, but we all went out to dinner. I started drinking some wine. I was feeling happy. I was good to go. We were all going out like to the clubs in Florence that night, and I talked to this girl on the bus. She seemed really cool. We were
This
out
girl,
to
are we
chat-
gonna give her a name? Does she have a name?
No. Oh, what could
We'll
her name be?
give her a name. What do we call her? Jenny? Does that name work? If I
Let's
accidentally
go
guess the real
Assassin's
name.
Creed wise. Who's a woman people hate in Lucrezia? Let's
Bishop.
go Lucrezia.
Ah, fuck. Okay.
Bishop. Yeah, let's go Bishop. Yeah, I like her better.
Bishop.
Okay, so Bishop. So this girl's crazier than the one on the plane, Ace, if you're wondering. Yeah, so anyway, I was talking to her on this bus ride. We're heading into the restaurant on our, like, the fifth night and last night in Florence, exactly. So, I was like, oh, cool. I hadn't talked to her really at all. So got to know her a bit, and that was that. It was the first night that Corey and I had sat apart, because there's, 50 people, so there's different tables. Because by then, we know other people, and we wanted to kind of just, like, get to know all these people. And that way we kind of went back to each other and were like, I'm like, who do you have dinner with? And he's like, oh, these people. You should hang out with them. They're cool. And I would go, oh, I talk to these people. You know, it was that way we could double the grand of people we know and get to meet and stuff that we were there with. And he's with he's with Bishop. It's destroying me that the name's Bishop. And fucking Jesus Christ. So I saw him chatting to her and a couple of the girls, and I know what Corey's like. He's a fucking animal, and I love him. And I was just, I was chatting with people I was sitting with. I had some great conversations. It was amazing. It was an amazing dinner, and we all get ready to go out. And Corey goes to me because he's a fucking animal. He's just like, look, I think I'm just gonna go for it, man. And I'm like, wait, what? And he's like, well, he'd been tuning Bishop the whole night, and I don't know, just tuning. Do you know what tuning means? Is that a thing in other countries? In Australia, tuning just means it's like,
yeah, I reckon
chatting up, hitting on.
Yeah. Okay, I understood. We don't use that phrase, but I get what it would mean. Yeah.
Yeah. So he was on the tune, and he just told me, he's like, I don't know. I'm like, oh, I think you could do maybe a bit better, Corey. He's like, what? I don't really care, man. Whatever. And I'm like, okay, whatever. The night goes on. We all go out clubbing. We have a hilarious time. It was a great night. And everyone's blind, like I am just destroyed. Like you're in Italy, you're going out clubbing. Essentially you're gonna get drunk. And I see him as we're leaving, he's with her, and I'm like, the thing I should also add is that I share a room with Corey everywhere. So if he's gonna get laid, where is he gonna do it? Because everyone has to share a room, whether you're with someone or you're traveling by yourself. Can Tiki put you in a room with put you in a room with someone else? So, I'm like, oh shit, I better get back to the hotel first, so that way he has to find somewhere else if he is gonna get with her. And because I saw him with her at the end of the night leaving, I'm like, okay, it's on for him. Good job, Corey. But I'm getting back to the hotel first. So I jump in a cab before him. I assumed I got there first. I run up to the room. I go in, and I open the door, and Corey's standing there by himself. And he's looking at me with the most shocked look on his face. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? What's going on? And and then all of a sudden I hear the bathroom toilet flush, and I'm like, oh my god, he's not alone. Oh fuck, he got here first. Jesus. And she opens the door, sees me there, and I'm like, oh god. And he just kind of says, see you, Tyler. And I'm like, oh my god. And I go outside and I close my door, and I stand there in the hallway like, fuck. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do at this point? So I had some friends, luckily, local Queenslanders as well, so from my home state, and they had told me, because they'd suspected this might happen, and so had I, they said, look, just in case, come crash in our room, you can sleep on the floor. And I'm like, so I kind of like trying to remember in my drunken stupor where their room is and what floor it's on. So I'm trying to get to the room, and I knock on the door, and it takes a while, and they finally answer. They go, oh, Tyler, come on in. Come on in. So I'm like, okay. And I'm fully clothed, like shoes on, jeans and shit, and they give me a couch cushion and a towel, and that's what I have to sleep. And I sleep on the floor. I'm totally drunk. Like, I have no idea what's going on. And it's probably like 4 a.m. I wake up at 7:30, and I just wake up and I realize, and I look down, like head throbbing, and I'm like, okay, so I'm fully clothed here. I smell like shit, and what am I supposed to do now? And I get up and I go, I think it's time to kick Bishop out of my room. So I get up, I thank my good friends for letting me stay with them and crash on their floor in the most uncomfortable sleep my entire life. And as well, look, this is what you do for your friends. When one of your best mates is gonna get laid, you sleep on floors. I'd do it again if I had to. I know he'd do the same for me. That's what you do. That's bro. So I wasn't upset that I had to do that. In fact, I knew it was gonna be a great story later on. So the way the rooms work that they give you, it's like 2 single beds, and they're usually like 30 centimeters apart. I assume they would have pushed them together, you know, Corey and Bishop. And I get in there, and like, the beds are way further apart than they were before. She's in his bed with like the covers on but naked, and he's in my bed, and I look at him and she's dead asleep. He wakes up and sees me, and I kind of give him the look of like the head nod, the eyebrow raise, like, did you do it? Because I didn't want to sleep on a fucking floor for nothing, bro. And he knows exactly what I meant when I gave him the look, and he just looks at me and does a slight nod, like he goes, it's done. And I'm like, well, at least that's the case. And then I go, okay, man, get out of my bed. I need a couple more hours sleep in an actual bed. And he just kind of pulls up the covers, like, to himself and looks down, looks back up at me, and then just shakes his head. Because he's butt naked in my bed. And I go, well, I'm going downstairs to the breakfast hall. So I'm the first one down there, and I meet one of my other friends on our tour, and he's the first one down there because he didn't go out the night before because he's a responsible human being. And he looks at me and goes, Tyler, you look horrible. And I go, well, and I tell him the whole story, and he just goes to me, that's the greatest fucking story I've ever heard in my life. And every time, like, as the morning progressed, because we're sitting there having a coffee, people slowly started making their way down, and we just told everyone. And then Corey shows up, and everyone's kind of quiet. And I keep talking about it. And they're looking at me like, Corey's here. Like, shut up, Tyler. Don't talk shit about it. I'm like, I know Corey well enough. He has no shame. He's happy for me to tell stories like this to anyone. And I know I wouldn't do that if it was most friends, but I know that's what Corey's like. He's the greatest dude. Has no shame whatsoever. And he gets down and starts joining in on the banter, and they're all like, "Oh wow, Corey's totally into this." And then, so more people come down, and then Bishop comes down, and everyone's silent, and she's like, "How's everyone morning?" Good. Everyone's trying to laugh because everyone thought it was a great story that I had to sleep on the floor and stuff, and you know, it's amazing. So then at this point, everyone knows, but she doesn't know. Everyone knows. So. That's essentially the setup to the story.
Wait, wasn't there another part?
Yeah, that's the setup to the story.
No, I mean, wasn't there another part of the setup? Before she came down to where the rest of you were, wasn't there something else that happened?
No, it was where I walked back in already. I don't think so.
No, was it someone that knew her was like... Yeah.
Oh, yes, of course, you're so right. Oh my god. Yes.
Didn't want to give it away, but...
What an important detail of the story.
Yeah, very, very important.
Yeah, everyone's like, that's a great story. No, well, it's the setup to the story. But it's definitely a good part of the story. It's almost like 2 stories that are connected. That's one story, which connects to the second story. It's not really the setup, but yeah, that's the setup. So one of not a friend, because she was traveling alone, but like someone that had been hanging out with her. Because when you get to each city on this tour, you have all this time to go off on your own and, you know, spend some time looking around the city, and then you come back and meet for whether you're going to go to a museum as a group, or you go through something, or you have dinner or a meal, and you kind of make a group of friends. There's like the cliques.
Wait, did you tell the other bit?
Yeah, I'm getting to it.
Okay.
I just want to set up the fact that we had our group of friends we hang out with, all Australians pretty much, just so happened, like some Queenslanders, some people from Sydney and stuff. There was like 6 of us. It was me, Corey, and 2 other couples. And they're the people we kind of hang out with, got along with the best. And this girl, Bishop, she had her own group of people she hung out with. And one of them comes down and hears us tell the story. And she goes, wait, she did what last night? With Corey? And we go, yeah, what's so crazy? Because she looked shocked. She's like, she has a boyfriend back home that she lives with, and she's been with for years. And we all look at each other like, oh, fuck. And I look at Corey and I go, "You didn't know this, did you?" Corey gave me the best response. He's like, "Look, man, don't mean to be crude here, but he goes, look, man, she was already going down on me when I found out, and by that point, it's happening. It's happening." I go, "Fair enough," because I was gonna be mad at him. I'm like, "If you knew the whole time, I'm mad. You're a dog." But he's like, "Oh, it was too late at that point. There's no going back." So I looked at him like, poor guy back home, but at the same time, hilarious story for later on. Because Corey always says to me, and this is Corey's motto, is at least it'll be a good story later. And and that's the setup to the story. So essentially, this is all the shit that went down, leading to the events of stalking. Because you'd think, if a girl has a boyfriend, in Corey's mind, he's like, well, at least she's not going to be like, so we in a relationship now? You know, it's like, well, no, we're not. We just had sex. But, you know, Corey's not a dick like that. But to him, he's like, I'm free of that awkward conversation because she has a boyfriend anyway. She's not looking for anything serious. She's just a horrible person. So, that's what we expected from it. And I was like, well, that's a silver lining, I guess. You're not going to get stalked. Wrong. Absolutely wrong. She became obsessed in an uncomfortable sense. And as I said before, there's different groups you go around with to places. We had our group we always hang out with. Sometimes there's a couple extra people. Like, you know, we had a lot of good friends. And then she had her own. But all of a sudden she's hanging out with us. Look, I'm fine with that. She seemed like a nice person. I don't know what happened. I don't know if Corey has a magic or cursed cock. But but something switched afterwards because she was obsessed with him or just kind of like had this weird... I don't know. I don't know what happened. But she was not the same person afterwards. Not the same person. That's the best way I could describe it. You know, it's not like I knew her that well before, but it just seemed like she was very normal, very nice, and just friendly person. But I just don't know what happened. And it became weird things, but it wasn't like, it's fine if you're hanging out with her, that's cool, but be involved in what's going on, and just you can kind of hang out with us and just be you. But she wasn't that kind of person I'd hang out with on a normal case anyway. And Jesus, look, but it just got awkward because she would say it would be things like she was just quiet all of a sudden and kind of creepy. So when she's off in the group, like, so we went off, we're with our little group, and she's with us now, whatever. But it's things like, we're at one point, we're in Milan, and I turned to Corey, dude, we need to go through that church and climb to the steeple and go to the top. And some of our friends were like, we're going to go to this shop. Oh, we want to check out this museum. We're like, okay, cool, we'll meet up for lunch here, 2 hours, sweet. And then all of a sudden, we didn't even realize she was with us, but she's been with us for the last hour with our group. And you just hear her behind me and Corey go, can I come? And I turned around like, fuck, that was creepy. I didn't say that. She knows. But I was like, fuck, that's the creepiest thing I've ever heard. And we're like, sure. Well, and she's just this weird kind of creepy person now. It's just kind of following us everywhere. And we're like, what am I going on? Like, it was just kind of and it progressed over a couple of days, becoming worse and worse and worse, of always with us, can't leave our side, and if she couldn't be with Corey, she'd follow me because she knew it would get to Corey. And then she started following our friends that we hung out with because she knew that would get to us. So no matter what, she could pretend she's not stalking Corey while also stalking Corey. And it was
Jesus.
so creepy because it was just like, the way she acted was the worst part. It was the fact that she didn't just follow, she acted crazy. Bishop was just like quiet now, didn't talk much, was just there. And it's just like the weirdest thing. could barely have a conversation with her. And the more I talked to her, the more I found she didn't have that much intelligent things to say. Because when I did talk to her, she came out with a lot of bullshit. And I had a few arguments with her over the dinner table several times. But everywhere we went, she was with us. And it was just like, look, why do you want to hang out with us? We don't get along that well. Like, it was just very weird. So I just couldn't figure out why, other than Corey has a magical cursed cock. So I don't know. It was just one of those things for a while, and it just kind of ruined the dynamic of you hanging out with your friends. But you just kind of have to deal with it. To me, that's my mate. I'm happy to deal with it. That's what you do for your friends. But to these new friends we're trying to make, it's annoying them now. Because she started following them and getting creepy too. And she was creepy to all of us. So one night, like, we're all sitting around without her, and we all go to Corey, oh my god, Corey, we're gonna kill her in a minute. Like, it was so long, so many days of this happening, and it was so creepy that we were just about to explode. And she once went to dinner, like, we all tried to separate because we're like, she's after Corey. So we're gonna leave our friends, and I grabbed Corey. Well, I just told him, hey, look, man, I'm not having dinner with you if she's there. I'm going to go off with our other friends. And if you're there without her, come along. But if she's with you, you can find somewhere else to eat. Because we couldn't deal with it. It was crazy ridiculous.
Poor Corey.
I couldn't talk to her anymore. I just couldn't deal with her. And none of us could. And I'm like, this is your, you know, hill to die on kind of thing. But we got him away. And we're all going to dinner. But there was one of our other couple friends that we left on their own because we didn't want them to have to deal with her. Because they, you know, they're a couple, they wanted their own dinners to have, you know, the two of them. Nice romantic. They're in Rome or they're wherever we were. And all of a sudden I see these friends come around the corner and we're like, oh wow, they made it here. We can have dinner with them too now because we'd gone down some alleyways. But next to them, just about 3 steps behind.
Oh no.
Is Bishop.
Ah, fuck.
And we all just were deflated and defeated. And so she's following them. They try to have a romantic dinner, and she fucking follows them. That's how... And the next day, they were losing their shit to us. They're like, I can't deal with her. Corey, you gotta tell her she needs to just leave us alone. So Corey had a few drinks to get up the courage. And everyone kind of went off to bed. And there's like 4 of us downstairs left. It was Corey, Bishop, one other friend, and me. Everyone else had gone to bed in this hotel. We were in Rome. It was at the end of the trip. And I just end up in this argument with her about bullshit because she just talked so much bullshit when I was trying to have a conversation with this other person. So I'm like, I'm going to bed. Fuck this. And this other friend goes, yeah, I'm off too. So we walk up. Corey's like, I'm going. So of course, she's like, oh, so am I.
Oh, is that from your voice?
And she follows us up, and this other friend ends up going on ahead. So it's just me, Corey, and her walking. We're in the hotel lobby now, and Corey stops. He's drunk at this point. He's clearly, I didn't realize he was drunk, but he's been drinking at the bar a lot by himself to work up this courage. And he goes to her, we've gathered you here today because we want to tell you, stop following us. And I'm like, I am fucking out of here. So I just go, oh, cool. And I just run. I run. I don't look back. I don't stay because I was annoyed at Corey for that because it's a bit unfair. I'm like, it's not my bullshit to have to talk to her about this. And he brought me in, like, it's me telling her, stay away from us. Even though I was, it's not my conversation to have, if you know what I mean. So I was just so annoyed at that point. And I just go up the stairs to get up. I don't take the elevator. I just go up the stairs. And I run into that friend I was talking to. And I go, hey, bro, you won't believe what just happened. So I tell him the story. And he was someone, like, he wasn't someone we were hanging out with in those little groups around. So he goes, I ask him, am I the only person that thinks that she acts different after that whole Corey incident? And he goes, oh no, everyone else in the tour thinks so. She's acting crazy, right? And I'm like, oh, thank God it's not just us that think this. Everyone else knew that she was so different. He's like, even with the friend she was hanging out with before, she just acts weird now. That's what he was saying. He's like, she acts totally weird and different. And I felt better because I was like, it's not just me being a bad person or anything. Like, it was just one of those crazy things. And, and after all that shit, I talked to him for a while. And by the time I'm upstairs, Corey's already there. He took the elevator up. And Corey's pacing angrily. And I'm like, what the fuck happened? And he's just under his breath going, I'm not fucking self-absorbed. I'm not fucking self-absorbed. I'm not fucking self-absorbed. And I'm like, whoa, Corey, what happened, man? She called me self-absorbed, Tyler. She called me fucking self-absorbed. And I'm like, hang on. Are you telling me right now? Are you telling me Bishop, crazy Bishop, turned the conversation on you and made you the loser in the situation? She trolled you. And he's like, I was fucking explaining to her all the shit she'd done, and I'm like, look, you're following us around, it's really creepy, it's not fair on my friends, like, blah, 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 but not clearly as well concise, because Corey talks a lot of smack, especially when he's drunk, so it's probably more offensive, nasty than this, and she just goes, and this is her, and she just goes, I'm not following you, it's just all in your head. You only think I'm following you because you're just a self-absorbed person, Corey. I hang out with these people because they're cool people. All Corey has heard from this whole conversation was self-absorbed. And then it's muffled noise because he's just like, eye twitching. I'm not fucking self-absorbed. And I go to him, well, look at this story, Corey. You're kind of self-absorbed. I'm not fucking self-absorbed! and I'm laughing because to me this is magical. I'm like, karma. And she is totally turned this on her. And she's mind-fucked him. But it also shows how crazy she is. She doesn't know, I don't know what she's thinking. I don't know if she's the mastermind of mind games or she's that crazy. Because he goes to her, well, you hang out with Tyler, you're hanging out with me. We're traveling together, and these other friends we were all hanging out with regularly. And all of a sudden you're with them and they're the coolest people now. It's like, it doesn't make sense. She's like, look, you're just self-absorbed, Corey. And he is fucking furious. Fucking furious. And I have to talk him down for like a solid hour afterwards. But I tell you what, she didn't follow us in the same way that she followed us before. Because now it gets creepier. Because now with the last couple of days of the trip, she's not there with us the whole time. But now we're all in this, the massive rooms where there's, 50 of us if we're having a meal, and you can feel eyes on you, and you look over and just quietly, weirdly giving us evil stares for the whole rest of the trip. This super creepy, dark, evil stare. It was her always looking at us across the room. We're just like, this is Jesus. Fucking creepy. And she's like trying to add Corey on Facebook. He just keeps declining. She tried like 7 times within 24 hours to the point where he accepted, just so it said he'd accepted, and then he blocked her and deleted her. So
Jesus.
We managed to kind of avoid her a bit. Everyone was so happy that Corey had said that, and then now like other people are asking us, what happened with Corey and this girl and everything, and we ended up just telling everyone. And as I said, like, everyone knew. And it's funny, because she had a boyfriend, like, he said, you have a boyfriend, what's your problem? In the elevator, after they had this whole argument, they ended up in the elevator together, going upstairs. And she goes to Corey after this argument, saying he's self-absorbed, and she goes, I'm just wondering, other than Tyler, does anybody know? And he goes, oh yeah, everybody knows. And And that is the story.
That's amazing.
Haven't seen her since. Had to block her on Facebook.
That's just fantastic.
That took almost half an hour. That was 25 minutes.
That has got to be one of the best stories.
Is it? Is it really? That's good.
I think so.
I love Corey. He's the man. Because he always said to me, and he said to me after this happened, he goes, well, look, this is going to be a great story in a month. And I said, you're not wrong, man. You are not wrong.
Oh, man. It is a good fucking story. Everyone seemed to enjoy it as well.
Well, that's good. I hope you all enjoyed it. And Ace just fucking goes, "Did you say you had an embarrassing story as well, Tyler?"
Oh yeah, it's not really an embarrassing story. You told me
Well,
it, didn't you?
I could tell you a bit more exaggerated. Yeah,
Okay,
I have
I just wanna
told you.
quickly go into this. What's happening with Super Rebel right now?
What do you mean?
Because Abdullah just said Super Rebel's fucking mad, and then he said someone said to Super Rebel that his family should die. James, you should tell him to chill. Is he like losing his shit over on his stream or
I'm not going
something?
to tell him to chill. We don't know what's happening.
Very confused. Like the fuck? I mean, let Super Rebel roast him the fuck back. He does that best. I'm pretty sure everyone understands that reference.
He's going off. Oh my god, he's going off.
Wait,
oh my god.
I'm gonna have a listen. Hold on.
Link. Last 5
I'm having
minutes. LOL. Hashtag fuck Jordan. Now I want you guys to tweet him.
Oh,
and tag me in the
fuck.
tweet at me as well. And this is it, okay? If you guys love
Jesus
me,
Christ.
if
Oh
we
my
are
God.
one big rebel family, we gotta roast Jordan. Alright?
Oh
we
my
gotta
God.
do it.
Oh
So,
shit, he's roasting him the
last
fuck back.
5 mins, which
Oh,
is a personal
shit, I'm
thing.
doing
if
it
you're
so
smart,
bad.
you know what that means. LOL. Hashtag
I'm
fuck
sorry to everyone in the
Jordan,
stream right now.
okay?
And I'm sorry to
Again, if
people
you're old
listening to the
enough, you will
podcast later.
understand about the last
Um,
5 min thing, okay? This is a true story. Alright, when you get old enough, you have intercourse, alright? And the goal is not to last 5 minutes.
Oh my god.
But for Jordan, last 5 minutes, okay? Funny story.
What's he-
He was pissed off with me when I abused him. When I abused him about this in real life, he actually didn't speak to me for like 2
What's
days.
going on?
Even on the bus, he looked like he wanted to
This
kill
is-
me.
I'm
I'm so sorry for the
Do
interruption.
this for me, guys, okay? Tag me in on Twitter. Last 5 mins, LOL. Hashtag fuck Jordan. His Twitter link is there. Don't put it in the comment section. You need to tweet him this so he sees this every single day.
Oh my
Pretty
god.
much. Well, he's gonna see it
Oh my
today.
God.
And there
This
needs to
is
be loads
rage.
of them, okay? So,
To the max.
let's see how many of you guys have tagged me in. Whew, okay. Yes, yes,
my God.
yes, yes.
Oh fuck, he's going crazy.
Oh yes, this is revenge.
This is a mad
It feels
mastermind.
good, man.
I've got this playing
Oh,
on the
it feels
stream, so I
good.
think everyone can
Keep
hear
them
it.
coming, guys. Keep them coming. Gumming, keep them coming. Oh, this is gonna be good. All right.
I want to join in,
Last
but I
5
kind of don't want to
minutes,
get involved.
LOL. Hashtag fuck Jordan.
I'm afraid.
Oh,
I'm so
God.
scared.
Taking roasting to a whole new level. Oh boy. Oh boy.
I'm
this
so
is
scared.
good.
Are you afraid for your
I
life
think
right
this
now?
is it.
A little bit.
Like, if
Fuck.
you guys don't know what I'm doing, basically, Fisher Yarpster and Lasers, I'm roasting my friend Jordan. This week, I was roasted by the squad every single day, specifically by Jordan, just like every other day, alright? So, what I'm doing now is I'm getting people to tweet him. If you refresh the page, in the description, it says, last 5 mins, LOL, hashtag fuck Jordan, and a link to his Twitter. So, my revenge is for everyone to tweet him that. You guys are old enough, so Fisher Yarpster and Lasers, you will understand what last 5 mins means. Definitely, if you don't, you're too young, but you know what that means. So it's more of a personal thing, but he takes it as a joke, so it's not that deep, right? But this is revenge, okay? Because I was roasted every single day.
Okay, so it's a
Every
joke,
single day.
right?
And this
Isn't
is
it?
it.
It doesn't sound like a joke to me.
Revenge is sweet. And loads of you guys are tagging me in. Loads
Sounds like
of
he's
you
mad
guys.
as
I'm gonna
fuck.
retweet everyone. I'm gonna retweet everyone. Everyone is being retweeted that does say LOL last 5 mins, okay? Fucking roasted to the max. Roasted to the max.
Okay, so
Roasted. Roasted.
Jesus.
Roasted. Roasted.
Wow.
Oh my god. I'm gonna wait
Well-
for him to. He's gonna WhatsApp
Well,
me.
Jesus. Okay.
You
So
have,
that's
Alright,
that.
Fishy Yarpster.
Sorry for the intro. I'll probably edit that out for
Right.
iTunes.
I've just I've clicked off the stream now, so
For anyone who's not live, that won't exist on
fuck
iTunes.
me, Jesus Christ! What?
I'm scared.
the
That scared me.
shit?
That's legit. But
He was losing it. Like, what the fuck? Sounds like me on the 24-hour live. Exactly, I've done it. It sounds like me on the 24-hour live stream. That's what I was just saying.
wow.
Oh my god, that was crazy. Wow.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Well,
Wow.
Okay, yep. Jesus Christ. What were we even talking about before? I finished Tyler's Tales. That was it.
Yeah,
What
that
the
was it. That was it. We were done. Basically, you finished Tyler's Tales, and then I was like, oh, Abdullah saying
I was gonna
Super
say.
losing
I was
his
gonna say
shit.
something. It might not be important now.
What was it?
Um.
Oh, there was the other. It was the other story. Your story.
Oh, all I was gonna say with that other story, I might tell that one day. But it was like it's funny because it's the embarrassing story, and it is also an Italy story. The fact that when I go to Corey this way, I said, "Hey man, you know how I do a podcast? I tell bullshit stories on it. Was wondering if you don't mind me telling the bishop stalking you in Italy story." He goes, "Go for it." But when I start my podcast, I'm telling the embarrassing story of mine.
Okay.
He's not actually starting a podcast. He's just a fucking sarcastic
Yeah,
asshole.
I got the point.
But for those
So
who don't. But,
yeah, so
So
yeah,
it
I
is,
mean,
it is a thing. It is a
yeah,
thing.
your story to me wasn't embarrassing as such. It was just I don't know. It was just a story.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll tell it. I might one day. Who knows?
Maybe at some
I
point.
probably will. Let's face it. I don't give a fuck.
It'll happen eventually.
But it won't happen this podcast because that's
No,
the Tyler's
of
Tales.
course
That was a fucking long one.
That was great. Now, one
What a way to
thing
kick us off.
that I do want to quickly, I was thinking we should discuss because BQ Overlord's been mentioning it, and he did email me all this stuff. Is the that whole setting idea that he had? If I just read that off.
The King Arthur
Yeah,
one.
because he emailed me like a list of like way more stuff, like the kind of like the overview of what the game would be about, rather than just because we had like the idea that we told to Luma, but he's got like an overview of
Is
how the
there
game
more?
would pan out.
Yeah, he sent it to me on Facebook. Yeah, he sent it to me now.
So
Okay, so do you wanna read- you can read it off,
Yes. Okie dokie. Right. Okay, so this is from BQ Overlord. So this is the setting for it being set in the like King Arthur period. So his little overview says, being set in the 8th century AD in Albion, the story would follow 2 generations of assassins. In the beginning of the game, you would play as Garth O, some name that I literally cannot pronounce at all, but it's like this name. Anyway, who was a master assassin and dabbled with the presence of the supernatural. However, most assassins would look up to him and believe him to be the successor of the mentor. Garth follows instructions to watch over a man by the name of Merlin, who is said to be a wizard in training. Garth, having known the presence of a kind of sorcery in the world, takes Merlin under his wing. Templars are in the form of witch hunters. The leader, which is manipulating King Uther, is that how you say that?
Arthur. It'd be Arthur.
But
Surely.
it begins with a U, like
It might be misspelled though.
Uther.
Might just be a misspell though. Right?
I think this is set before, like 24 years before the main game would take place. So I think this is set.
Oh shit! Sorry. I'm
So
not
it's
bad.
different. Yeah. To get their wishes, Merlin comes into contact with the first civilization member named Minerva, telling him he needs to lay the pavers of his time for his legacy to take place. Garth witnesses this. Merlin is given the Sword of Eden, humbly titled Excalibur or Caliber. The sword possesses great power, and Merlin attempts to use it to bring peace to what he believes is right. However, Garth advises against it. Garth eventually gets his hands on the sword, and it responds to his DNA, making him slaughter a whole village of innocents, but also giving him intense power, which he gives into. Merlin follows him to the lake where it was found. They fight over the possession of the sword. Garth believes it's too powerful for human use, when Merlin believes it is beneficial to humankind. Out of anger, Garth casts it into the lake with and then the lake freezes over with a spell. Merlin and Garth parting ways after the fallout. Garth feeling disgraced, breaking his tenet of the creed, and goes missing. So after this, it would skip 24 years, when a new heir to the throne of Camelot has been on the throne for 2 years now. Arthur Pendragon, being a humble but wise ruler, I can never say that word, like consoled, but I don't think that's how you pronounce it, by Merlin, the wise, now a fully trained wizard. From here, the story would follow Garth's son Tristan. However, Tristan grows up on the outskirts of the city, dreaming to someday become a knight. Due to an incident involving a raid by the Saxons, that by the Saxons' aunt and uncle he was living with get murdered, and he is left alive. But he believed that there is nothing left for him now, and leaves for Camelot. As soon as he arrives in the city, he encounters several hostile people, which he takes care of. which he takes care of. But
Good
later
on, mate.
finds out that a tournament is being held by a king, and whoever shall be the winner would be knighted personally by Arthur himself. Tristan was over the moon and went to see how to enter, and runs into an assassin by the name of Lancelot who tries to convince Tristan that it's too dangerous. Tristan being overly keen, writing his name on the sheet, Lancelot recognizes the last name and invites him to meet some people, in which Tristan agrees to, and gets taken what seems to be a tavern where he's recruited into the Assassin Brotherhood. Tristan learns about his father and now wants to know more about his father, and eventually find him if he is still alive. Following these events, Tristan becomes a Knight of the Round Table, becoming Sir Tristan. Lancelot also becomes a knight to watch over Tristan. Merlin tells Arthur where to find the sword, which changes the tide of the war between Arthur and the Saxons. Tristan having to kill Templars under the name of Griffin, Dragon, Snake, Lion, and Goblin. However, with each one, Tristan slowly comes to figure out that they were only pawns in a larger conspiracy, which the mentor admires in Tristan. Tristan, becoming restless and more curious about the sword, tries to get closer to Arthur. Later, Tristan will be sent to rescue an assassin named Isolde? I don't know. In which they fall in love, but the story will end in tragedy, causing Tristan to sacrifice himself. Isolde? I don't even know how you say that. Being pregnant with his child, we will see the last moments of the story from her eyes. Tristan will meet his father, but where he is and what he is unknown. So that's the basic synopsis. Thoughts?
Okay. It's an interesting setting idea. Certainly is. I mean, we've talked about that before, and obviously, Sword of Eden makes sense. A lot of play around with the first civilization. A couple things I'm not sure on.
Mm-hmm.
Is maybe because I like the whole round table stuff, but I'd say, I guess the way I'd see it looking in, you'd expect it maybe them to be a bit more of Templars than assassins, especially having an assassin be on that sort of council.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
know, round table. To have that connection, it just seems a bit, I don't know. And I think the only other thing is the setup or the prologue would be very long.
Yeah, I agree. I think unless you could do that like concise,
And
it would
kind
end up
of
being very
flashback
long.
throughout.
Yeah, because it might end up being like Assassin's Creed 3 with the whole playing as Haytham for 3 sequences, setting up stuff that you could have set up with like I don't know, like a slight bit of dialogue.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
One of those things. One of those things. Well, man, there's a lot there.
Yeah, definitely. It's a good idea for a setting, and it's a good idea for things that could happen. I don't know whether it will ever happen, but it is a very interesting setting because there's a lot of stuff you could play on with all the myths and legends of King Arthur and everything. And you could definitely make that fit in Assassin's Creed story. I think it would work.
I'd agree. There'd be interesting open world castle exploration and things like that. Only thing though, that last name is a bit fucking crazy to announce. I assume it has some sort of deeper meaning, but if I can't pronounce it, it should not be a last name.
Yeah, that is. I mean, it's probably.
Dude, let's.
I
let's
reckon
change that
it's.
last name
I
up.
reckon it's really easy to pronounce, but it doesn't look like it's really easy to pronounce. Like, I bet it's not. I bet you when you pronounce it, it's nothing like how it looks when it's spelled. So yeah, those are some pictures that he sent me, but those are just kind of overviewing everything. I like the pictures, kind of giving just an idea of what things look like, you know.
What's up with the dragon? Why is there a dragon?
Yeah, I was thinking that because I thought, well, maybe it's some sort of like it could be a defense mechanism for a vole or something like that, and then I'm kind of thinking, well, why would it be a dragon?
Okay, there's no dragons. This is Assassin's Creed. There's no dragons.
Yeah. There's no need.
Sorry.
I
love
if
everything else. I love everything else, but no dragons. No
Yeah.
dragons.
Yeah.
Doesn't work. Even as a hologram, it's like, but why?
Why a
is it
dragon? Yeah.
fucking
Why would
a
it?
dragon?
Why would it be a dragon? Unless it projected. I mean, unless people were like dragons were a thing, like people, not an actual thing, but if people thought about dragons and it was like projected from Tristan's mind, so he's like dragons like And then it's like, oh shit, there's an
Yeah, but-
actual dragon. But I mean, even if it was that, it'd be weird to have an Assassin's Creed game where you actually like legit fight a dragon, even if it is a
'Cause
hologram. And even if there's a
'cause it-
reason for it, it'd just be weird.
I agree, because at that time period, it'd be like the eye roll of, oh, there's a dragon, of course.
Yeah, yeah.
And it wouldn't, yeah. Other than that, I really like the idea.
As do I. Indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
no. Yeah, so,
Okay, what's this guy saying? Lasers,
no
do you
dragon.
think in
No
Assassin's
dragon.
Creed Empire, the slave you will be playing as will be a slave Jew because the Jews were slaves to Egypt's back then? Please answer. I don't think it matters. No, if you want an actual answer, I don't think he will be a Jewish person. No, but thanks for that. Don't see a reason for them to. I don't know. I don't fucking know.
what's even happening right now?
Oh, I don't even know.
Hey, look. What a start to the Kill Connor Club.
Hell yeah.
What a
How many likes are we
Kick
on
that
now?
stuff.
How many likes are we on? We are
Over
on
100.
105. That's fantastic.
Ladies
for the
and
first
gentlemen,
episode.
welcome fucking back to the Kill Connor Club.
Oh,
Welcome
I'm
to
so fucking
2016.
Hyped.
But this is where we end. It's been 3 hours. We've done it.
Damn.
Yeah, yeah. We learned that if we go long in 3 hours, we're just struggle. We're on struggle street.
Yeah.
So especially because it's 2:15 in the morning for me right now.
Jesus fucking Christ.
And I've worked all day. Though I've got tomorrow off.
Oh
I've
yeah.
got tomorrow off, so that'll be good.
Great.
Which I've got to do like 2 weeks worth of videos because I'm away in Sydney for RPX for a while. So
Oh yeah, yeah.
so I've got to get Assassin's Creed: The Truth sorted, which will be a funny episode. And
Mhm.
everything else. What a fun one, man. That was awesome.
That was great. That was great. Thanks for everyone who showed up and left likes and joined in with the stream. It's really, really cool. And of course, there is a new. I've got a new in the description. There's a new section for specifically Kill Connor Club related things. So there's iTunes, the iTunes store. Obviously, it doesn't cost money. Just gonna highlight that real quick. They're free. So if you want to download them on the podcast app for your iPhone, iPod, iPad, just download them on iTunes. There's a link down there. Also, there's a link to SoundCloud if you have an Android device or Windows phones can use SoundCloud, right? I'm assuming so.
Windows, no, it's only for Apple devices.
No, SoundCloud though.
Oh, SoundCloud, sorry, yeah. SoundCloud's for everything.
yeah.
That's what the point of SoundCloud really.
Yeah. So SoundCloud is for anything.
And you can download the SoundCloud app for Android devices, Windows devices, everything. And iTunes is for Apple devices, obviously.
Of course. And then there's also the Kill Connor Club shirts. Well, we'll be adding some more in during 2016. We should have some more designs up for the Kill Connor Club t-shirts.
For sure, relax.
Super happy about that.
Yeah.
It's gonna be good. Okay. When
We
is the
love
next
you
Kill
all.
Connor Club? Asks Nathan. It will be. We're planning on doing them every 2 weeks, like every other week. So it will have. If we have one this week, it won't be next week, but it'll be the week after. So like that. So the next one should be on the 31st of January, and we should be getting George on for that one. So that'll be good. And yeah.
Yep.
I think
Yep.
that's everything. I don't think there's anything else. Anything else we need to talk about? Obviously, like if you haven't already, subscribe to both our channels. I'll have to whack yours in the description.
That's alright. They know where to find me. In my solid 2. So awesome. Fuck yeah. Goodbye, guys. See you next time.
And I'm just going to quickly add your thing to the description, just while I'm doing it. So yeah, if you want to go subscribe to Tyler, his link is top of the description. So go and check that out. And that is it for the Kill Connor Club. Wait, what? James, please show stuff on the screen, not your horse. What?
What does that even mean?
I don't fucking know. Anyways, guys, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you in the next one on the 31st of January, hopefully. Of course, we'll tweet about it and all that stuff, so links are in the description to everything else. Thanks for joining, and we'll see you next time.
Bye!
Bye!